Hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? Oh shit, I haven't even opened the game. I was like, why the hell do I have a black screen? Launch my game. Hello, chat. Anybody alive? Anybody alive? Or is everybody dead? Turn on Daisy. No. Not yet. Oh my goodness, man. We need a bit of a darker intro screen, honestly. This is like a bit of a flashlight. Flashbang. Thank you, boys. Thank you. Yo, happy leaves. What's up, my friend? I have a new username on Kick. I don't know if you have to change something for me to show on the dashboard. It's just Hearttt with 3 T's. No AoE, no nothing. Sorry to give you work right away, but I don't know if that matters. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, chat. Thank you for the congrats. We made it through, we made it through. Fucking hell, man. See. So heavy. Yeah, we managed to qualify in the end. It was all worth it. What a struggle that was, huh? What a freaking struggle. Oh, I think my whole setup is wrong here. Any idea how soon the patch that removes Siege Tower will be here? I have no idea. I have no insider info, but I think there's a patch coming soon. That's as much insider info I have. I believe there's a patch coming soon. Probably after the qualifier. I don't think they would release it mid qualifier. But yeah. Okay. I want to talk some Red Bull. Share my thoughts on some things. I saw T90 made a video on his ladder, his thoughts on the ladder. So like I was thinking maybe we can watch and react to that, just to like add to my own thoughts, rather than just, you know, me yapping for 20 minutes without direction. Just let T90 take it. ¿Qué tal, Cremau? Gracias, amigo. Saludos, saludos. Congrats, thank you, Ron, thank you, appreciate it. I'm really happy. I am more down to earth today, but like yesterday I was so happy. I haven't been. I like stopped feeling the happiness of like doing something in a tournament. And the last time I had felt something like happiness about winning, rather than just relief, was last Red Bull, and before that NEC5. So like it was really nice to feel that again. Yeah, it was super nice feeling. Can you finally afford your internet bill with the Red Bull money? Yeah, when they pay, maybe. My goodness, I really have I need kick mods, man. I have more bot spamming the chat than actual people. Need to go in there and ban this guy. Let's go MB. Bro, I can't believe MBL faces Lewis, man. Both my dogs are facing each other. That's so sad. I was really hoping like somehow bot could make it. Appreciate that, Blamon. Thank you, man. He has to win his round also. Yeah, like what I'm thinking is what might happen. Like imagine just Doubt comes on his wheelchair and just plows through both of you. Takes 2 people out at one. Oh my god. Then again, I wouldn't mind Doubt making it. I like Doubt too. But not over you guys. I'm hoping it's one of you. You have the full bracket? No, I don't know. I only have like why would I have that? What the hell? I'm just saying Doubt as like a random name, you know? Because it's one of the guys that don't have a bracket. There's Doubt, Joe, Sebastian. What you mentioned, Doubt? I'm just making a bro. Like I'm just shit talking here. I don't know. I imagine Doubt on his wheelchair. Like out of all the players in AoE who's old enough to be on a wheelchair, Doubt. This typical Joe will be in our bracket, man. Hopefully not. I mean, yeah, I think that 3 is... Well, actually, Sebastian... Let me bring up the ladder. AoE2 Companion. Hopefully leaking nothing. Okay. But why's my room not getting colder? First Viper fermented. Who came up with that? What the hell? Somebody said that? That's rude. Okay, so outside the top 12, Sebastian, Joe, Sorakuma, Doubts, Capoch, Nikov, Lucho. I mean, there's a few terrorists in there. Mihai, Dark. There's decent players who don't have a bracket. Hera said he was fermented. That's hilarious, actually. Call my gold fermented. That's actually hilarious. Okay. So wait, let me bring up the Wikipedia. AoE2 Wikipedia Red Bull. Turn off the music. We need to focus up. Put this like this. I know there's a different way to do this, but I don't care. I'm old school. Okay. Not here. Last chance qualifier. ¿Qué piensas sobre el punto que Nacho le regala a Winchester en la ladder? Ya pasó, no vale la pena ni siquiera hablar de eso. Cosas de la vida. Una anécdota. Por lo menos para mí. A partir de ahora. Okay, so. Bracket 1. Tato Barls. Tato against Barls. I think Tato might be happy with that. Like, Barls is a very solid player.
It's not even summer. Why does the DJ keep on playing summer?
But he's a good round to have at the end, right? Delirium with the Prime. What's up, bro? Thank you so much, man.
Oh, I converted one monk.
Appreciate the Prime.
I convert one monk. I convert it back.
Watch you versus Vinch on YouTube. Congrats. Thank you, bro. Okay, so Tato Bars. That's bracket 1. I think Tato's happy with that bracket, honestly. Tato being a, former Red Bull champion and just being one of the best players in the world, I am sure he is okay with having Tato in the last round. It's not easy, but it's not bad. Like, it's very doable for him, right? Luis MBL saying he's nervous already 3 days before. MBL, how much pressure do you feel from the fact that Luis is in your bracket? Like, I'm sure you can already imagine Luis yapping non-stop. It's not Luis, it's just Red Bull. Yeah, but like also the Luis factor. He just never shuts up, Like, it's also annoying. Don't want to lose to him. Or like he will bring up the rest of your career that he beat you if he does. I will try to block that out. Okay, fair. Yeah, I mean, it's true. But on the bright side, Envy, you don't have to play the rounds before, right? So you have to show nothing. All my money on Luis. Luis still has to go through a hard round. Soon we're gonna theorize who, like, the scenarios for them, who they could be facing. Yeah, I mean, just from now on, you know what you need to do? You need to try to not overthink, bro. I think my biggest mistake this Red Bull is I was thinking too much, dude. What I regret not doing is I regret not doing stuff like I wish I can't work out because I had the surgery. I actually can't work out, but I wish I went for like walks and runs, and if I could gym, I would gym. Like, just something to keep the mind busy and like not thinking. Right? So I would recommend doing that for you, MB. Okay? You only have 1 round. Everybody else is gonna have to play more. So you technically have it easier than anybody you will face. And you've been playing well, man, so just have some faith. Then we got Andy Winchester. So Winchester, it would be heartbreaking if he doesn't make it. He has Andy. Andy plays number 12, so on paper Winchester has the easiest player in his bracket, right? At least by like number. It doesn't really matter, like 12, 11, 10. Realistically, it doesn't matter. But Andy's very good. Let's see what Andy cooks up. Andy usually a tricky player to play against. So we'll see. There's so little bans, too many strong sieves. I know, I was thinking the same. Like, it feels like there's so few bans. With how many broken sieves there should definitely be more bans. Also, so we have more variety. I think AoE, aside from a few broken saves, is in a really good spot. Like there's a lot we can see in the games, strats and stuff. So like I'm really surprised they didn't give us more bans. I think it would bring more variety on them. ¿Qué tal, Rocky? ¿Cómo estás, amigo? Saludos. Me conociste en Almodóvar y me verás en Londres. Dale, dale. De ahí me cuentas cuando me veas. Saludos, saludos. ¿Qué tal, Daniel? ¿Cómo estás? Gracias. Okay, so Andy Winchester. So Winchester technically has the easiest round, but Andy's very solid. I think with Andy, usually you want to, like, against Andy, you need a good draft. If you get a good draft, you kind of take him down a little bit, right? Because you can take civs you can take out civs that he likes, maps that he likes. But since there are so few bans, you can't really do that well in these draft settings. So Andy could be tricky, but I still think like Winchester, unless Yo lands on this bracket. Yeah, unless Joe lands on this bracket, I think Winchester's gonna be the heavy favorite. ¿Hablaste con el Tucán para putearlo por el punto que le regaló a Vincha? No hablé mucho con él, la verdad. Pero la verdad es que prefería dejarlo ahí. No. Fue lo que fue. And then the last... Cito Viper. Okay, this is an interesting one. So we have the Viper, who could face... Imagine Joe being in this bracket, dude. Or Doubt. Would Doubt make it through Cito? Not sure. I don't know how much Cito practices. But it could into this bracket. Okay, so now I know the brackets. Viper Cito, Andy Winchester, Luis MBL, Tato Bars. That's up to top 12, right? Then we have Sebastian, Mr. Yo, Sora Kuma, Doubt, Capoch, Nikov, Lucho, Mihai, Dark. I mean, the thing is, I don't count Stoneplace because I feel like he spammed one Sif the whole qualifier, so I don't know if he's actually a threat on normal settings, like tournament settings. Jordan, Leaks, Dogao, Vivi, and so on. So the main names here, I would say, Sebastian, the top contenders for like making it to the last round and potentially taking the set from the, let's say, favorite, the guy who was top 8. Sebastian, Yo, Nikov, I don't know if Sora Kuma, we'll see. Doubt, and Dark. I could be mistaken about some. Those are the ones I mentioned. I think are the ones that have the best chances. But like all the other guys are still like high potential, right? There's Jordan, Mihai, Lucho could make a run for it. So yeah, that's gonna be quite interesting. Let's imagine Mr. Yo lands here and he takes out both my boys. First he takes out Lewis. I think Yo was fathering Lewis on the ladder, right? Yo had a really good win rate against. We can check right now. I think Lewis fed Mr. Yo a lot. 35% win rate against Mr. Yo. Wait, let's see Mr. Yo's win rate against MBL then. Okay, so Mr. Yo has positive win rate against both Lewis and MBL. Against MBL, way more slightly. But still pretty decent. 57, it's like 60%, you know, rounding up. That's not correct. Lewis was 11-12 against Yo in an alternate reality, of course. Okay, so I think Mr. Yo would be happy to win this bracket, for example, right? On paper, he has good win rate against both players. And one would think that Mr. Yo would do better with a draft rather than ladder settings. Although I think Korean meta did favor him a lot. Let's look at Mr. Yo's civilizations, by the way. 69 games, only 58% win rate. I mean, to be fair, most of these games that he's playing Korean Mirror on are against other top players, right? Like he played many of these against me, against Leary, against Lucho. So like, there's a lot of... He played a lot of good players, basically, when he played Korean Mirror, so the win rate is not that bad. Has it been decided who is in which bracket? No, we're just speculating here. I think the draw is on the days of the sign-up, which is tomorrow. No, on Saturday, actually. Saturday, right? Hello, Michimichangas. What's up, bro? Were you aware that Winchester had a 4-0 record or something versus you on the ladder, too? Yeah, but I didn't see why that would be relevant. Like, I saw some people mentioning that, you know, like, because Winchester had 5-0, 5-0, I think was the actual score. Had, like, that record against me on the ladder, it, like, meant he was favored or, like, I would get clapped. But, like, it's completely different because on the ladder... First of all, I remember 2 of those games. They were on stream at midnight when I didn't want to queue and I got, like, pushed by my own viewers to play. And I think that the other 3 were way mirrors, which he is really, really good at. Beg on my AoE with a reset. Thank you, bro.
Congrats for making it to London. I'm really happy for you, Hearttt.
I convert 1 monk, I convert it back.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it, bro. I'm also really happy. Thank you, man. So yeah, some of those wins were... It's just ladder. Like, it doesn't matter that much. What happens on the ladder does not reflect in a tournament. In a tournament, there's a draft. You know what? He beat... Look at this. I'll show you something, chat. This is why it's different. Okay? Civilizations. Way Incas. These are the civs he actually picked. These are probably mostly random or mirrored from the opponent. You wanna see what happened in the draft? And why it's different? Where do I even find that? Rank ladder qualifier? Way Incas banned. Boom. Gonzo. Like the game is already different, you know. It's not even close to being the same. So like you can't really relate. Menin is talking. You had the ability to ensure that Vinch couldn't score within 20 minutes, guaranteeing Vinch's 5th position, but you were completely focused on watching. So we could say that you pushed Hearttt into overtimes. You said that Hearttt must hate NBL today, but that's not the case at all. Don't you all agree? No, I read you on YouTube as well, man. What do you mean, Menin? I was completely focused on watching? Okay. I think it's chat. Many of you think in a very non-logical way. Let me explain. Let me explain what happened in the last hour, okay? Because I feel like that I haven't talked about this. But like, don't gasp. Like, it's true. Many viewers don't think logically. Okay, I'm a numbers guy, bro. This is what happened. Okay, I'm not even gonna talk about the last hour. I'm gonna talk about the last 20 minutes or so. Not all of you. Many of you understand right away that situation. But like, this is what happened. Winchester could queue. He could queue into Cito. He could queue into MBL. He could queue into anybody that would be below them. So like, let's say any of these guys here. Actually, no. Current rating. So up to MBL, he and probably Mr. Yo, he would get 10 points, right? I did the math. How do you do the math? Calculate. You open a calculator. This is how it works, or at least how I understand it. For example, my ELO, 1941. No. Somebody else. Winchester's ELO, 1941. MBL's ELO. Shut up. 1789. The difference between both of them is 152 ELO. From what I understand of this ladder, the way it works is for every 25 points difference between both players, there's a 1 ELO given / taken difference, right? The base ELO you give or take from somebody, if they are the same ELO as you, is 15. And for every 25 difference there is between you and him, there's 1 extra point given / taken. Right? So for example, this would mean there are 6 points. I don't know how the rounding works. I don't remember if it was up or down. The thing is, if there's a 152 point difference, it's 16? Oh, it's 16? Damn. Okay, that's why I did the math wrong so many times then. I thought it was... My god, I've been doing it with 15 all time. No wonder I fucked up, man. I thought it was rounding the wrong way for me, man. My goodness, man. No, bro, Larry, what are you telling me now, bro? We did the math like 8 times on stream. You never corrected me, you animal, dudes. Fucking hell, bro. Okay, then Then 16. Well, that's embarrassing. I told you 17 times you get 16 if you are even. Fuck, man. I thought it was 15. Okay, then you get this number. I don't know if it's rounded up or down. I'm guessing it's just rounded. Like this time, it would be, you would give 10 points, right? Okay, so MBL would give 10 points currently to Winchester if Winchester beat him. So I needed Winchester to face somebody lower. The issue is that the dogs below had already given up. You were so confident, dude. Okay, so basically I was doing the math. The point is I was doing the math. Whether I was rounding up or down, I was doing the math. So I knew that if Winchester matched against Hearttt, Hearttt could lose, obviously. And that would put me out. Which means if he matched Hearttt, I had two choices. Either I wait to see the first few minutes of the game and how it's trending, and if I see Winchester winning, I immediately jump into the queue. Or then Heartt's winning, and then I don't need to queue. Right? That didn't happen. Winchester was asking players to queue, so he could get a fair chance at qualifying. So he queued them into MBL. MBL was going to give him 10 points. Now, I had two choices. Now that I know Winchester's facing MBL in the last 15-20 minutes, I have two choices, right? Or these are the options. Winchester wins, he gets 10 points, and draws with me, right? That's what can happen. But Winchester needs to win in like, I don't remember exactly how many minutes it was, but it was like 18 minutes or something, 20 minutes, right? So that was the time Winchester had to finish the game against MBL, an equally skilled player. Okay, maybe that's not true. now that we know the result, but like, let's say almost equally skilled player. I'm sorry, MB. Okay, so like, what do I think is more likely to happen? That MBL lasts 25 minutes in game time, or 30, whatever it was, against Winchester, or that I go queue, me with my 70% win rate, which means there's a 30% chance on average that I lose to somebody else who's queuing. So what's more likely to happen? That I go into a game and I win it, or that MBL lasts 30 minutes against Winchester? What's more likely to happen? So what would you do? Would you guys queue? Keep in mind that if Winchester wins, then he just draws me. He's not gonna go above me. But if I lose, I'm out. Because this number would go down. This is a tiebreaker. When you match for highest rating with somebody, the current rating is what matters. So if I lost, I will go down, and then Winchester would be through. Of course you should have queued. My goodness, man. So now you understand why it didn't make sense for me to queue, because I would risk losing the elo that I had as a tiebreaker. But most of the players who had beaten you for the 30% loss rate were not queuing at the time. While that is like an argument you could make. The last game I played was against Capoch. You watch this game, Kitan's mirror. I got 6 points for this. Like I was so close to losing. Like I was getting attacked so hard. People were playing full terrorist at that point, right? No, bot. This is not about balls. This is about being smart. Like you play with numbers. You take what's most likely to happen. Like the terrorists were out there on the ladder, you know. And you have to understand. If you ask who was queuing, the people who were queuing were Andy, Barles, Hearttt. I think Tato was queuing as well. Maybe somebody else. So those were the top players who were queuing. Do I think I have much more than a 70% win rate against them, or 70% win chance against them? Probably not. The hand says, remember, you could have legitimately drawn out the game to avoid a loss. So that was the other option. The other option, and in retrospective, is I should have queued against Winchester, because I know how he plays, and I don't see him ending a game before minute 35 against me. Like, if I play against Winchester today, unless I make a heavy mistake, like having a hold or something like that, I am very unlikely to lose the game so fast, right? And then I can control my own destiny.
No, déjame pausar.
So that in like if I could go back to that day and make that decision again about whether not to play, I would make that decision of playing against Vinch. I wouldn't play against other people. I would play against Winchester, because against Winchester I don't need to win. I just need to survive. You can't do that dragging the game. I mean, nobody's saying that I will drag the game till I am one villager. I am saying I will play my game and I won't die fast. Like, what are the like, I don't... Like, why are we assuming that I'm gonna be getting rammed down? Like, I am a good player, you know? I can have a fair game without being dead for 30 minutes, I believe. Right? Come on, I can do that. I can do that. Right? I don't have to be scummy. For example, like, on that note, I think MBL did the absolute correct thing about resigning when Winchester hit him. And like, some people think I am mad at him or something. I am not mad at MBL. I think he did the absolutely right call. And like, when he talked to me about it, I was like, yeah, you did the correct thing. Because like, I am not trying to be unfair to anybody. If Winchester earned the points, he deserves them, right? Like, it wouldn't, even if MBL, like, MBL is my friend, but I wouldn't want him to like, essentially cheese Winchester out of the points that he deserves to draw me for, because he earned them. So like, I like what MBL did, even if it put me in like, you know, I have to play a tiebreaker situation. I just think it was fair from MBL. I don't have anything against Winchester. I'm a fair person, I would say, overall. I think MBL did the right thing, and I wouldn't have liked to see anything else. So like, I think MBL did the correct thing. That Mongol game, the tiebreaker proves that one player can die fast. Only in that case it was Vinch. Yes, but like, the thing is, you know why I killed Winchester so fast in that Mongol game? It's because my playstyle. Because I went for a strategy that's super aggressive. Winchester never plays like that. So I knew that if I played against Winchester, I would have... like, the game probably would have gone longer. I also would have had a more fair match against Winchester. Don't think he wins in 18 minutes. Also, MBL queuing with the sole purpose to stop Sito is actively stopping his teammate to get a better seedings too, so I don't know. Didn't seem to align with the rules, but then again, this whole thing was a mess. Why would Winchester have had a more fair match against Vinch? I think it's more likely that Sito has a quick game against Winchester than MBL, because Sito's style is usually a lot more like aggressive than MBL. Generally speaking. You would talk differently if you would have lost versus Winchester. I was saying this before I even played a tiebreaker, my friend. So like, you're just talking out of your ass. My bad. I've been saying this before I played a tiebreaker. I said it on MBL stream. My opinion is that the chances of him actually having same rating as you was so low that you should have queued and trying to get a low opponent when he versus Lewis MBL. Okay, what you don't understand is that there were no low opponents. People were playing the game actively to try to get either top 12 or top 8. So like, if I found the game, it's very likely it would have been against another top 12 player, right? But Vinch would know that too, so he would need to go aggressive. So like, you would think so, but like, for example, in the games he played during the last hour, he just played his usual style, which is not very aggressive. So don't think so. I think he just thinks differently, right? Like, he thinks he'd rather win the game consistently than go aggressive and potentially lose. Because think of, from Winchester's position, yes, you going aggressive wins you the game fast, but it can also lose you the game fast. All the low people gave up when they realized they didn't have a chance. Yeah, I think it was mostly like top 15 playing at the end there. You did what was meta, just happened that Macho happened to queue and give 1 point to me. So like, what the whole Nacho thing is like, I was calculating that Winchester needed 4 games in the last hour to pass me. I didn't even consider a draw. Like, the only way for him to pass me in 3 games was if he beat, like for example, Barles and Cito. He had a Barles, Cito, Lewis. He needed a combination of those 3 people playing him in the last hour to get above me, right? And like that was just not gonna happen. So I thought, right? But what ended up happening is he got 1 point, and then he got 10 points from Lewis, 12 points from Lewis. What? No, 10 points from MBL, 12 points from Lewis, and I think like 11 from Tato, and then the 1 point from Nacho. So like I never imagined he could draw me in that little time, right? Like I would, and honestly, I was 30 seconds away from being correct. I was 30 seconds away from being correct. It was Nacho, Tato, Lewis, MBL. Yeah. I blame Lewis. Look, Lewis almost fucked me over by losing to Winchester, right? But the thing is, Lewis needed to beat Winchester to get into top 8. If Lewis beat Winchester, Lewis was top 8. So Lewis needed that win. Even 30 seconds would have passed. I think the admin would have been pushed to validate his win. No, they wouldn't have validated the win. Exactly. Imagine any of the games he played went like a minute longer. You know, we're talking like some people are saying, "Man, you should have queued, bro." I was literally a minute away from having my thing work, and you think your strat of me queuing and having a 30% chance of being left out with nothing would have been a better action course? Once again, in retrospective, what I should have done was me queue against Winchester, because I am certain that I wouldn't die. Like I would have a longer game against him, and like. It would just make more sense, right? The thing is, Microsoft has a record of when games start and finish. So, like, with exact seconds. I know this for a fact. So, like, if it's 30 seconds after the deadline, they would just invalidate the game. It would have been a giant shit show if NBA had stalled when he was 5k score behind. Yeah, of course. Like I said, MBL just did the correct thing. He said he was going for the fast team. Winchester hit faster imp. It's fair. Like he could have resigned earlier too. Honestly, game looked on so. MBL did the correct thing. With friends like MBL, who needs enemies? Thank you, Naroy. Appreciate that, bro. I think what is that a copy pasta burger? I think the next step is for Hearttt _ to break this "I'm a good player too" mentality. I think, personal opinion, that you're beyond up and coming, and anyone that thinks you're not top 10 at the very least needs to check his maths. They should not have you check the maths though. Clearly that would be a mistake. I don't know why that feels like such a copy pasta. Can't even tell you serious at this point. He needed 10 points though. If you lose, he will get more points. Of course, if I played against Winchester and he beat me in 15 minutes, he would make it and I wouldn't. Honestly, that Nacho game was more likely to screw him over all the time for 1 point. Of course, like that Nacho game could have screwed... That game Winchester played against Nacho was a lot more likely to screw Winchester over than screw me over. The fact that it screwed me over was incredibly unlucky. But it could have fucked either of us over. Either me, by making the point difference, which is what happened, but was really, really low chance. Or the more likely scenario is that the time that Nacho took away from Winchester ends up meaning that Winchester doesn't have enough time to play the amount of game he needs to play to get past me, right? It could have, it could have been either way. I think just that more unlikely scenario of it screwing me over is what happened. But it could have, like, if I was Winchester, like, I don't think Winchester was happy that he was facing Nacho in the last hour. I haven't asked him, but I'm sure he wasn't happy. at the time. But after that, when he looks back and he realizes he's drawing me because of that 1 point, I'm sure he's happy then. I have dinner with Vince later, I'll ask him. But if it was Nacho, it could have been someone higher and giving him 2 points. Okay, but if it wasn't... Okay. So like, the issue with starting to argue about what could have happened if it wasn't Nacho is irrelevant. Because it could have been Winchester. I mean, it could have been Cito, and Winchester could have lost. It could have been at 1200 and 1100, giving him 0 points, straight up wasted time, right? It could have been me, and then Winchester lost, and then it's over, right? Like the scenario of like what could have happened instead of those minutes is not relevant because anything could have happened instead of that. Anything, right? We can only speculate, and any speculation doesn't matter here. We can only think of what actually did happen. Because anything can happen, chat. Anything. Moral question. If you were in NBL position losing to Vinch and playing for your own sake, would you drag onto a lost game because you knew the win wouldn't count, or would you call it's a fair win? That would be a really tough one to think. Like it's easy to say right now, oh yeah, like I would have resigned even if it meant that I'm out of Red Bull. But like, would I actually like I can say that because right now I am calm and collected and rational. While in the moment there's pressure, there's nerves, there's like so much going on. I want to make it, he wants to make it, right? I don't think I would ever play till the last villager or something like that. But I might not resign when I think the game is most likely lost. Like, for example, take off games that I resign on the ladder all the time. Many of them are probably not 100% lost. They're like 80% lost, 90, 95, 98, right? But sometimes you still play past what is considered to be the correct, let's say, time to resign, right? We don't need to think what did happen. We saw what happened. Yeah, that's... What I'm saying is when people say, like, if it wasn't Nacho, it could have been somebody that gave him more points. Well, but it wasn't. It could have been somebody else who took more points from him too, right? There's that's why it's like I don't like thinking about that because it's relevant. Shame for that Mongol strat. Good. Chat, I will show you how many games I don't want to show you because it reveals my practice partners. But I practiced that strat for the Mongol game so much. I've never in my life practiced a single strat so much. I think I played like 30, 35 games against an opponent. Probably like 25, 30, more like. I played that many times against somebody, different players. Just like I had many variations of the same strategy, and I couldn't decide which one was best. Most foolproof that I knew would happen. I mean, knew would work. I play, and like that's not even counting single player games. I went into single player to practice the build so many times because I wanted to like optimize it slightly if possible. How many of them did you win? I think I probably lost 2 of them. But it was with my opponents being aware of what I was doing and like actively trying to counter it. It was never I never did it for the first time against somebody and lost with it. I think I lost two of those games. Did you tank Hoang after? Not gonna lie, when we can watch that one back, I guess. When the Hoang game finished, I was literally laughing IRL. Let's watch this game. Does this strat work with any other Civ? No, it doesn't. This is a Mongol-only strategy. Yo, Capybara Fury, gifting 5 subs. Let's go, man.
Oh, I converted 1 monk. I converted back. I converted 1 monk.
I converted back. It's my boy MBL. Vululuing. Thank you so much, bro. Appreciate it. Alright. Okay, so let me I feel like this was really cool though, because like you don't often see, first of all, such fast wins with like completely prepared strat. This is like one of those things. Like to me, this is a masterpiece. Not because the strategy itself is innovative. Like it's a Hoang rush. Like we've seen this before. Just the build up to it. The build up to it was amazing. You know what happened, chat? Okay, 2 days before the last day. So I think it was Friday night. Let's actually. I want to show you guys what happened. Desktop. Let's go on the dashboard. What the hell? Did Happy Leaves just update the dashboard? Let's go to this. I wanna show you guys what happened. Where is this? Is it on day 4? What? It wasn't that old. I had a game against Hoang, dude. Where is my game against Hoang? I thought it was 2 days before deadline. There, okay, here. This day. This is what happened. I was peaking, okay? I was at my highest elo achieved. I was like at 1880 or something like that, right? I don't have many opponents because most people were low rated. There was like Hera at the top, ACCM camping his elo, then Winchester who plays in a completely different time zone than me, and then there was me and Larry, right? It didn't really make sense. I think Yo was in the gutter, and most other players were in the gutter as well. So like, we're sitting right there, me and Larry. I'm at like 80, 60, 80, 70, something like that. Larry's at like 80, 10, something like that. The only thing that made sense for us was to play against each other, because it's the only match that has a high like risk-reward ratio for both of us, right? So we decided, okay, it makes sense for us to play. We're the only worthy opponents for each other. I get a call from a friend. Yo, let's go out to eat. It's a Friday. Okay, I remember now. I think it's a Friday or a Thursday night. Thursday. Yeah, Thursday night. A friend calls me. I tell him, I get tempted, and I end up saying no. I have to stay. I'm playing a qualifier. I stay home, and I get my ass cheeks clapped by Larry, dude. I got like so cheesed by like Burgundian. I feel like, I don't know why people didn't do this more, by the way. Picking Burgundians against Koreans, I feel like it's really good. Dealing with the Flemish are really good. I don't know why people didn't do that. I think Larry gave up on it as well, because Larry he beat me with them once. Felt really hard to stop. Then I beat him on the same matchup, and I think he gave up on them. No, I gave up on Koreans. I gave up on Koreans. I lost the mirror. Then I go Koreans again. I lose again. Then it's a mirror and I lose. It's a disaster. It's literally a disaster. It's literally a freaking disaster, man. It's literally a freaking disaster. I lose everything that night. I was so tilted after that, okay? Because everything that crossed my mind at that point was like, man, why the hell did I not just go out? Like, I should have just gone out with my friends, had some fun, relax. I had already had a good day. That day I had gained like 90 elo or something, right? So I had a good day. Why did I keep playing? I was already tired. I knew I didn't want to play. I start queuing and I lose everything, man. I lose everything. I just start tilt queuing. So I lose the games against Larry. I can't stop because I'm a retard. I just keep queuing. I go Burgundians against Spanish against Vivi. I was losing this game, and the game goes out of sync. The game goes out of sync when I was losing. I actually got saved by the game there. I did not hack. I matched Mr. Yo. Breton War. Mr. Yo is so bad at Breton's War, chat. Like, if I have to play a mirror game, Mirror Sieve to play against Yo, I'm going Bretons, dude. He was so bad in the Breton's mirror. But I was completely demoralized after that. I think he went off after that game, so I didn't get him again. I kept queuing, couldn't find opponents. It was a night, so most players were already going off. I get Kali, I win that. Then I played 2 games against Winchester. First, Wei. lesson number 1 against Winchester. Don't play Way Mirror against that guy. Like, somehow he's the Way Mirror goat, man. He's so good at Way Mirror. He, like... I learned so much from playing him, but, like, in retrospective, he's like, bro, I don't care about learning, man. I want to win, you know? Yeah, he knows the way. He knows how units work. Like, Tiger Cavalry die to Wei Hang or Hei Wang. Like, the Knight equivalent. They kind of die to them. They don't trade well enough for considering you have to make a castle. Right? So, like, there were a bunch of things that I would learn on each match. But then I realized, like, man, I don't want to become a Wei expert. Like, how does that do me any good, you know? I go random, I go Britos into Ethiopians, I get clapped again. I am tilted out of my mind. It must be like 1 AM by then. I am literally having existential crisis. I'm thinking, man, am I even good? Like, is my elo just fake all this time? Like, was I just getting lucky? I can't beat anybody. I feel bad against anybody. Like, I'm literally having an existential crisis. I match against Hoang. And I'm literally broken inside. I was broken inside when I saw it was Hoang with Mongol suit. My mind just couldn't handle it. I was losing, chat. Let me show you that game so you understand. Before, like, it's important to understand the backstory, like how I ended up playing Hoang myself, okay? Because it wasn't just like I decided to go for it. There was this whole backstory. I was a mentally broken man at this point in the night. I matched Hoang. I am Burgundians, what I thought was the best Civ, potentially, on this map, right? I just put aggression on him, he does this thing. He makes a tower on his gold. He takes the boars. Makes a late stable, like... It's also good to see like what his timings were compared to mine, right? Like, it gives an idea. I'm putting this in pressure. I'm pressuring with archers on the berries. His gold is safe, so not much else I can do. Yeah, I keep getting house. Like the game is terrible by me. I'm messing everything up. I see what he's doing. So I see 2 stables. I'm thinking like, what do I do? I had to choose. Do I just go Expo? Do I go Flemish? I'm thinking like the Flemish are pretty good, they're pretty cheap. They should be good against Steppe Lancers, right? That's what I'm thinking. Yo, Dave, thank you for the raid, man. We're talking about the backstory behind me Hoang rushing Winchester in the tiebreaker match. This is 1 week ago exactly, at night. I was a broken man, having existential crisis. The day had gone to shit for me. It was a terrible day. It's crucial. It's crucial before we go into the Hoang game that I had against Winchester. So I match Hoang, I'm a broken man, and I get him and I'm panicking, right? I decide to go Flemish Militia to counter the Lancers. So eventually, obviously, he pushes me out once he starts producing. He's somehow on 3 stables. At this point, I'm hoping he is gonna all-in me, aka not even make villagers. That's what I was hoping. I don't even know how he affords this match. I couldn't afford this match when I was doing this thing. Impressive, honestly. So he actually keeps making villagers. And puts a lot of pressure on me. In retrospective, I should have gone Expo, I think. But in that case, he would probably just make a workshop and I would potentially die. This strat is actually so strong. It is. Like, Dave, I had lost like 90 points at the end of the night that I obviously completely regret playing in, right? And in my last game of the night, I catch Hoang as a broken man. I'm going for these things. I don't know how they will trade. I'm guessing, like, my thinking was, if we actually fight, like he's not just hit and running me, I'm gonna do well, right? My unit's cheaper, I can spam them forever. Yes, he can obviously micro forever, but like, we're playing on like 180 ping probably. I'm hoping. I was at least. Hoping he was as well. I watched Lucho lose his mind versus this. I didn't see that actually. So like, here I'm hoping he's all in. He's not even that all in, dude. He's as all in as I am. Like, he's still making villagers, and he's mining stone for a castle drop. Like, I was really hoping he wasn't making vills, man. Like, that was my whole game. But I don't have an extra town center. I don't have a good scaling unit. But let's speed up a little bit. I managed to survive, sitting behind walls, camping with Flemish, monks, just defending. right? But then, now he can afford a castle drop. He never takes a fight. He was very patient this game. Like it actually didn't feel like I was playing Huang this game, in some ways. It just didn't feel like I was playing Huang, because he wasn't all-inning me. He was just Mongoling me. So he goes for a castle drop. I don't see that yet. The score is not getting any better for me though. So I'm starting to get scared here. I'm thinking, okay, maybe he's not actually all in. Right? Like I'm skipping Horse Collar, no Bosso, like all these things you would usually do with Burgundians. I'm in survival mode, thinking that's all I had to do to win the game. But now he's on Mangudai, man. He's Mangudai with ballistics. So like when I see that eventually, I think I'm dead. I'm like, the existential crisis kicks in mid-game. I'm thinking, dude, I'm losing to Huang, who's not even Huanging me. How is this possible? Have I fallen that far down? I'm just a farce. Like I'm a fake player. I'm fake. Like everything, anybody I ever beat was fake. I just got lucky. I have 55 Flemish militia, man. I didn't know what to do.
Summertime sadness. After you go to the bathroom, can we go smoke a cigarette? I really need one. But first,
I was very happy you managed to
Yo, but keep him with the prime.
What a story, man.
I convert 1 monk.
Appreciate that, bro.
I convert it back.
Me too, man. Me too. I'm also happy. It was like so stressful. I'm glad it's over, man. I can relax. Yeah, how often do you see this? Like, it just shows how OP this unit is, though. Like, how can you have this many? They feel so free. But yeah, anyway, the reason we're watching this game is because this is the game that, like, at the time, it almost broke me. But it gave me a win in arguably the most important qualifier I've played. So, like, it was worth it, you know? So obviously, at this point, I'm thinking I'm dead. I'm a farce. Like, I'm losing to Huang, who's not even Huanging. He's doing economy, I'm doing economy, and I'm losing, dude. How is that even possible, man? I'm not even a bad Civ. Like, I'm Burgundians. Arguably the best Civ. Like, literal existential crisis. Anyway, not much to talk about. But, like, I'm just showing you guys, like, it was a real game. He didn't Huang me. He's playing kind of normal. I should 100% lose from here. So, like, I'm starting to think, is this guy a genius? Like, is this guy just superhuman? He just knows better than everybody? I'm bad. Like, in retrospective, I shouldn't have played Flemish like that. But, either way. Yeah, the elo and the mentals were in the gutter this night, dude. This was the worst night I had the whole qualifier. Because I had lost in like, what I thought I was good. I lost 4, I don't know if it was 4 or 5 games to Larry in a matchup that I thought I was good in. I was tilted, then I lost to Winchester. I beat Mr. Yo, but only because he's bad, not even because I'm good. In a Breton war. And then I get Huang, and I'm losing to Huang at like 1 AM? No way, man. That breaks any man, I swear. Anyway, but I'm just gonna be true. I actually end up winning this game because I'm a beast. I had confidence the whole game that I would win. I just needed to play towards my strengths as a human being. I was completely confident, of course. But yeah, I just like basically stole the game until I get to Paladin Skirmisher and he makes mistakes, inevitably, and I win. But yeah, like obviously I should never win from this position. I should just be completely dead. The Civ matchup doesn't get any better for Burgundians. I'll let you guys watch the end though, just so you get to see how it goes. Yes, okay, so after losing the, or like mentally it was a loss, because I wasn't feeling any better after winning it, because I still had like so much self-doubt after this one that it like didn't help at the time. But like little did I know, afterwards, when I realized I was in a tiebreaker against Winchester, I thought about this strategy. I looked back at things like, what can I do? I'm a person who analyzes a lot when I have an important set like that. So I'm looking at Winchester's games, I'm looking at my games, I'm starting to think, what can I do? What's my home map even? Like, what is my home map? Like, I can't think of a map that is a good home map for myself, right? Where I think, okay, that's my home map. Then I think of this game. I don't know why. My mind takes me back to this game. I'm thinking, Rampart, dude. Rampart Mongols, right? And that's how I decided to Huang Winchester. And now we can watch back my game. One second, the Dave chatters weren't here, but like I was saying that I practiced this Hoang strat against other players like 25, 30 times, and probably more, probably like another 30 in single player, just trying to get the build order down and like make sure I know exactly what I want to do. Yeah, 25 times, because you know what? I needed to win that one game. It's a like if you can secure one win in a best of 5, that's amazing. One win in a best of 5, that's amazing. That's 33% of the job done. Why wouldn't I do that? You know, it's like the most rewarding practice you can have if you can secure one game like that. Keep in mind, I am playing for the Red Bull qualification, which is worth $10,000. Like one game is basically worth $3,000, right? So like from a return perspective, it makes sense to practice this strat as much as I did. Okay, so I went through a few variations here. First I was thinking, no tower, make a market instead, sell the stone, go up faster, right? Like that was a thought. And like at first it seemed fine, but then like the more I practice, obviously I was practicing against people, against like the same player more than once. So after the first time I do it to him, he's gonna start thinking of ways to counter it, and that's fine, right? So they would start putting more aggression on me. They would take me off my gold, and I ended up realizing, okay, maybe I do need the tower. The tower is kind of important. It delays my timing a little bit. It makes it slightly weaker at first, but it does free up a lot of space on the map for me. Now I can take this wood line somewhat decently. I can take these chickens, these hares. I can take my gold freely, right? So I was like, okay, maybe Hoang is onto something with the tower instead of marketing. I think I still make a market because you still want to buy resources. You still need a market eventually. So I ended up deciding for the tower. Now I felt like Hoang was a bit late, funnily enough, and I also found some things like. And I'm just gonna spoil my whole thing because I don't think it's not relevant anymore. I don't think anybody's gonna die to this strat. I think it's actually like decently easy to counter with the correct saves and strategies. But yeah, like I don't need to use this anymore, so I'm gonna talk about it. So very important thing about the strategy. I need to find where my opponent's gold is. I always need to see where the gold is because this is the most important resource to hit. If you take the opponent off gold with this strategy, even slightly, the game's over. You cannot survive against this strategy without the gold. Winchester actually moved out quite late. Probably not completely... I'm sure he had a thought in his mind about what I was doing, right? I'm Mongols. How many people actually pick Mongols on this map? It's not really like... It's a common pick, but like you don't really do much outside Hoanging. When I was practicing, one of the most important things I had to be coached on was to stop making villagers. Because as a player, like I have the tendency to keep queuing villagers all the time. And as Hearttt already talked about how Winchester's draft makes no sense, I think his draft made sense. We can talk about that after. But yeah. Anyway, making no villagers is very important here. Because let's say, okay, you make one villager for 50 food. That might mean you get one less step lancer out. One step lancer can deal so much damage, and it can, like you're working towards the snowball, right? You're working either towards picking off villagers from the opponent or finding the snowball that wins you the game. Having one less lancer, it can actually be the difference between winning and losing. You can use also the food to sell it and buy maybe some wood for siege and stuff. I tried to send this woman forward, by the way, to make a siege workshop. He saw it, but then he went away with his scout. I was really praying he wouldn't find it, because it's crucial that he doesn't find that villager. I need my workshop to be on his gold. Like, and this is the kind of thing I point out because this is something, like this is one of the little adaptations that I made eventually through having so many games with this strategy. Sometimes I would make the workshop here, sometimes here. Then I realized all of those are not effective. I need the workshop to be hitting the gold. It needs to be near the gold, and it needs to hit the gold right away. That is the most optimal play with this strategy. Anything else is not good enough. If the gold is here, I'm making the workshop here. Straight up. Like, or at least I'm aiming for that. You can notice I upped with 32 villagers. I haven't made a single one. I probably queued up one. Like, I definitely have more idle time than that in reality. It's just I keep cancelling the vills. Yeah, it's hard to not make the vills. So the workshop's up, I'm just running around. I also realized after a few practice games, I want to be an animal with my lancers initially. I don't want to be respectful towards opponent. I want to idle and make the game as hard as possible for him. I want to keep running around. If I see he's open, I want to run through his town center to idle it and kill this. Like, at first, when I was in my first practice games, I would never go for a move like this, because this is HP lost and so on. But what I realized is, whatever I lose from doing a dive like this, it's gonna pay off in either villager kills or idle time. So like, you always go for this move, so you can... Because you the way Hera worded it to me, which made a lot of sense, is you want to bring down your opponent to your level. You're subhuman right now. You're literal subhuman. You need to bring the opponent down to your level, and you do that by playing like an animal and making his game as messy as yours. So from his perspective, he sees a house, so he should expect something else is coming there. Not sure what happened to his scout. Lost it, I guess. I think I killed it around here. And when a Mangoner hits the gold, this is pretty much over. I'm gonna cancel everything. Once again, I'm trying to queue a Vil for some reason. I will cancel that. Get a +2. I don't actually end up finishing that. He's in an awkward spot. He loses this army, all of it. I think he has some regroup in there, but he would have lost the whole army anyway, and the game's just over, dude. I got an 8-minute game from... Like, it's crazy to think that this game only happened because during a Night of Despair, I matched Huang at 1 AM and had an existential crisis because of him. And then that particular game brought me to this. Like, the game itself is a masterpiece because you never see strategies like this at the highest level. Never. Okay, let's not say never. Like, it happens very, very rarely. But the backstory behind it is amazing, man. Like, and when this game finishes, when he calls a GG, I am laughing so hard IRL, man. Like, I never laugh like that. I look like the Joker or something, just laughing out of nowhere after winning an AoE game, man.
Playing Summertime Sadness. After doing the bathroom,
I was so happy.
but first,
Voululou, voululou. Oh, I converted one monk. I converted back.
Yo, Mr. Suma, what's up, my friend?
Converted back.
Thank you for the gifted sub to the donuts. So yeah, like, so that was amazing. That made me feel back into the set. I had, this is game 2. He was up 1-0, now it's 1-1, right? Game 1, he got like a bit of a safe win with the Burgundians. It's a safe I wasn't expecting on Crownwood. I got caught off guard, and I didn't know what to do, honestly. So like, having this as game 2 just put me right back into the set. It's like mental pressure on him, you know? Like, he just got Huang. Think of how the pro players feel when they get Huang. Imagine Winchester's reaction when he went to the exit screen. When he does this, leave map, Society, 32 max vills. He's like, oh my god, I just got Huang. He just went for the clownest thing ever, and it worked, right? It's mental damage right back. It's not what you like to see, you know, when you lose and you look at your opponent's economy and it's just like, there's nothing. But yeah, so that was beautiful game. One of the nicest games I've played in tournaments ever, just because of how much build-up there was to it. Like, who would have thought that Night of Madness would lead to this game? Which, like, you know, like, who knows? Like, maybe if I didn't play this as the second game, the set could have gone differently, right? Like, you never know. How did you feel having a 0-5 record going into the set? So, like, you guys keep saying that, but, like, I was talking about this earlier. It's like, it's irrelevant. What happens on the ladder is never gonna be a good way to measure. Is it me or is the stream desaturated? Oh my god, I didn't deactivate HDR. My bad. How did nobody this? It's gonna be fixed now. People always mention that in the first 10 minutes. Nobody did this time. Okay. It should be working. It should be good now. My bad. Hello? Did the stream die while I did that or what? I had to deactivate HDR on my monitor. But yeah. Okay, so you're saying what I was talking about? Going 0-5 into the set. I was telling you guys, it doesn't make me feel bad. Here's why. 0-5 on the ladder it's not the same as 0-5 in a tournament. If I was 0-5 against Winchester in tournaments, okay, maybe I would be a bit like not optimistic, you know? I would be negative about the set. But this is what I was showing earlier. You click Winchester, civilization most played. Way Incas on the ladder, right? What do I do in my set? Boom. Incas and Way are banned, dude. Like, you know, it's completely different. There's a draft. There's more thinking than just playing the same civ. Like, okay, so then the next thing is, I know he likes Thames. Why? It's all about numbers, guys. Maps played 84 games in Thames. So what do I know he's gonna pick against me in the tournament? Thames. So what do I do in my practice? I practice Thames. I find saves that I like. What I end up using Italians for Thames. How many times have you guys seen people pick Italians on Thames so far? Probably never. Nobody picks Thames. I had 3 saves for Thames, okay, that I knew I would want to use against Winchester. And like, why do I choose them? Not because they're good saves, because there's also like there's other good saves than the ones I had in mind. I pick these saves because I see how he's playing, and I know I have a very good estimate of what he's gonna do, how he's gonna play, right? So I pick saves that don't, or like that just beat him at that style. So that's why I go Italians. I went Italians because I knew that this would be one of the 3 perfect saves to counter the way he's playing. I saw Italians like once the whole Empire Wars ladder. Exactly, nobody plays Italians. Did you see the map change for Thames before set? I did, but I forgot actually. Like him coming into my woodland with 2 archers caught me off guard. I was a bit like weirded out because I saw his army moving out, yet he never hit me. So I was like, he either went back or I have a hole. Turns out I had a hole, big hole. So yeah, like that's why the preparation for this set was so important. So now getting that tier 3 sub to Patra, Patata, Potato.
Oh, I converted 1 monk. I converted back. I convert 1 monk.
Thank you so much, man. Appreciate that. So yeah, like I put a lot of effort into the draft. Not in these 3 picks at first. These 3 picks were not very like, okay, Koreans first pick, normal, Saracen, Byzantine. Like I like, these are 2 very strong civs, but are also civs I didn't play the whole qualifier. So like, despite being really strong civs, I wasn't gonna feel too comfortable or confident using them in the last game, to be honest, despite them being really strong civs. Yeah, let us see the Golden Llama, man. Patara. Use it, bro. So yeah, the Mongol was a cook-up, Italian was a cook-up. Magyars, I actually had cooked something up with Magyars for Crownwood, which maybe we'll see in the... I don't want to spoil it, because it's actually pretty cool. Pretty cool... I don't know if you can call it a strategy. It's just like a way to use the map. Might see it with other civs as well, by people that I've practiced with, that I still have to play this weekend. So I don't want to spoil it, but like it's really cool. We might see it. But yeah. So like I had a plan with Magyars, I just could never use it because he went Burgundians, and that civ just completely shut down my civ. When was your match against Vinci? It was yesterday. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, we were talking about the draft. Low Willow Nobody asked about like Winchester. I don't know why Winchester getting like people asking about his draft being weird. Why not ban Koreans? And it's like there are a few OP civs on Empire Wars, right? Koreans, Burgundians, Wei, maybe Gitans. So I have first pick, so I get to pick 1 civ. Then he gets 2 picks, and then I get my 2, right? And then 2, 2, 2. That's how it goes. Sumo getting a sub to Mr. Burger as well. Unforeseen medical expenses for Burger. What the hell? Oh, ball is good, my friend. Wish you the best, bro. Remember, you guys never have to sub to me. Just being here is good enough. Thank you so much, man, Mr. Sumat. Alright, so people say why he didn't ban Koreans. Let's say he banned Koreans, right? So instead of Portuguese, he banned Koreans because if he didn't ban Kitans and I got them, you would be asking all the same, why didn't he ban Kitans and then I beat him with them, right? Because if he banned Koreans, then I would get Burgundians and I would get a Sif win on a map. Remember that he won this map with Burgundians because this is Sif win against this. So he got a Sif win out of his first pick, and I also got a first win out of my Sif pick, out of my first pick. The reason you think more about Koreans is because, well, we saw them a lot on the ladder. We saw a lot of Burgundians too, to be fair. But also because it was the last game. I'm sure if the roles were reversed, let's say the decider game is when he won the set with Burgundians, you might be asking me why I didn't ban Burgundians, right? But if you do have a prime liner, yes, that's true. If you have a prime, feel free to use it. So like it's always easy to judge in retrospective. I don't think his draft was bad. I think that Jurgens is a creative pick that didn't end up working out. He got caught off guard by the condos. So let's think about the matchups. Burgundian Magyars, Sif win for him. Then Mongols Tatars. Tatars are completely fine Sif on that map. Just Mongols is like, you know, this is preparation win. Yeah. So game 3, we have Thames, Italians against Georgians. You know why Italians are good? They are really good because they can hold map control and they can do siege engineers early. In a map where you end up trap warring, BBC warring, having siege engineers like that is amazing, right? That is an amazing bonus. You cannot overlook that. Georgians are a good pick. It just didn't work because I got a map control. If in that game, like imagine everything played out the same. In that game, if the map control was even, which means I wasn't all over him with Outpost and Mangonels, he probably wins that one. Because the siege engineers, which Italians don't even have, would make him instantly win a trap/BBC war. He would just snowball out of control. He would take down my castles. He would just win everything, right? So anyway, he plays strange, but GG. Anyways, congrats for going to London. You see, I've heard that every time I've beaten him or anybody. My opponents, how does that work, chat? Whenever I play against anybody and I beat them, they always play weird. They always have a bad day. How does that work? I was asking the same thing the other day. You guys remember? How is it that when somebody loses, there's people making excuses for them? But when I lose, nobody's making excuses for me. They're just calling me trash. They're calling me garbage at the game. How does that work? How is it that my opponents are always on a bad day? Come on, guys. I need some propaganda. Where's Tatar's Precious, man? I need to hire him as well. He's already working for Lewis. I need him to be spreading my propaganda. You make them look weird? That is literally what happens in AoE. That's the truth. When I lose because my opponent is doing things that make me look bad. Why do I look bad against Hera when I play against Hera? Because he makes me look bad. It's not because I woke up being stupid that specific day, multiple times. Right? It's because he is good. He does things, like small things better. That's just how AoE works. It's a war game. So after you lose one fight, the next one up becomes harder to win. Like that's just how the game works. Right? If you lose one fight, now the opponent has army remaining and he's gonna keep making it. Now it's harder for you to win the next fight. So it makes you look bad. The winner almost never looks like, when's the last time somebody lost a set while not being the complete underdog and looked good? That never happens. Have you ever been to England? I've been to Manchester, yeah. For I think it was for an ECL tournament during Wobbly times. Man, you are such a terrific player. Good to see you preparing well with interesting strats. Not paid chatter, not paid. Thank you, Chicken Man. Appreciate that, bro. Okay, where was I before I started ranting, by the way? I think I was talking about something. Okay, so then in the game that you guys say, why didn't he ban Koreans? Guys, stop copy pasting it because now it's fake. Come on, sausage, man. He had something prepared. He knew I would first pick Koreans. This is actually pretty smart by Winchester. He left Koreans and Burgundians open. He banned Portuguese because he knows I will pick Koreans because that's the Civ I play the most. And then he gets Burgundians and he has something prepared to face Koreans. What does he have? Vietnamese. He has Vietnamese. This is actually really smart by Winchester. What some people are saying is a very stupid. Why leave Koreans open? Is actually very smart by him. It just didn't work out. I think he gave me too much map control in Castle Age, and I ended up abusing it. Like, he probably practiced his matchup against somebody else, pick Vietnamese on Karst or some other map against their Koreans. Like, he most likely practiced this or theorized it at the very least. He just didn't get pressured the way I pressured him because that's my style. This is how I play tournaments. I pressure my opponent. That's my style. You know, you can notice every set I played against Winchester. I pretty much pressure almost every game, right? So he probably didn't play against somebody that would pressure him as much as I did. But Vietnamese is a very good Civ against Koreans. Your Fire Lancers are better. They're not cheaper, but they're better. Your Rattans are amazing unit overall. You get Imperial Age Skirmishers. The only thing you don't have over Koreans is those towers. So like, this was actually really smart at Winchester. He gave me Koreans because he had a counter to it. And it's a good counter. I think Vietnamese are a very legit counter. Or not say counter, but like, Koreans are a first pick, Vietnamese are not, right? So it's a good bet on a draft to want to beat somebody's first pick with your not first pick. Could you have won with Vietnamese over his Koreans? I mean, we will never know. Like, Vietnamese will most likely require you to push back the opponent. I'm not sure if that's my strength. Yeah, someone just spoiling the chat today, man. Thank you so much, bro. Guardians of Yuna, thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate that, bro. ¿Qué tal, Cholito? ¿Cómo estás? Spread your propaganda, why, my friend? Yeah, so, I mean, I think that was, like, people saying his draft was not, no, his draft was good. Do I prefer mine? I prefer mine. But I prefer mine because I had prepared strats. Not because his draft was bad. My draft is according to what I want to do in most games. Then for the last game, the last map was Acclivity. I had Byzantines or Saracens against his Hindustanis or Armenians. I am guessing he would use Hindustanis, and he would be up against Byzantines or Saracens. God knows how that could have gone, right? Anything could have happened. But like, that's not a bad draft. That's fine. The Tatar pick was the most surprising to me. Yeah, I mean, Tatars are kind of good on that map because there's so many hills. Like, you're basically always fighting with a hill. Bro, someone literally going wild today, man. Almost getting tired of saying hi, thank you to this guy.
I converted one monk, I converted back. I convert one monk, I converted back.
So yeah, I cannot blame Winchester for his draft. I think his draft is smart. It's a smart draft. You just came down to the games we played, right? Like I think the Vietnamese Korean game, like I struggled to finish the Korean Vietnamese game, despite winning the whole Castle Age. It just means he had a good Civ, right? Or I'm bad. The sausage as well. Also feeling oily.
I converted one monk, I converted back. I convert one monk, I converted back.
Thank you so much, boys. Thank you so much. Alright, let's go. Okay, so yeah, I mean, that sums up my set against Winchester. Very happy about that. Not gonna lie, sometimes when I have a tournament, I wake up and I feel like, man, I'm about to smack this guy. And usually I'm correct. When I wake up feeling good, I usually do good. And I felt good this time. I felt confident, and I think that's very important because I had prepared things, and like that just gave me such a confidence going into the set. Losing the first game was obviously like, oh man, that sucks. But like, it was his first pick. It was a Civ match. It was probably the map I was less sure about. I had something prepared, but like I just couldn't even do that. So you know, it is what it is. But yeah, happy the stress is over. Now I can relax for the rest of the weekend. It was like what 20 days of full stress. I love it and I hate it. I said that in the interview. Like, the Red Bull qualifier is so demanding for the players. it didn't have to be as demanding as it was for me. I think I should have streamed more and played less. I played too much off stream, and like I look back and honestly I had a blast streaming those games. Like the nights that I ended up streaming, and we had a lot of viewers, we had a lot of hype on the stream. So I think that was amazing. I kind of wish I did more of that. I realized my regret during the last few days when I was like, man, I really wish I was streaming right now, just because I would have liked to like share the progress, you know, rather than just me like sneaking in the mornings and playing games here and there. So that's something I would change for the next time if there is one. But yeah. Also the Vitality thing, right? Like I joined Vitality. Did I even stream? I think I did stream once after getting announced. So yeah. Show the Italianos game. Let's put that in the background. How do you hope the ladder itself is changed if they do it again? So like right now you can select mirror, right? So I hope that gets disabled somehow. Or ladder again. Because like it's fine if both players want to be Koreans, then so be it. But I think just force picking mirror, kinda wish that would go away. And like right now we see so much Koreans because Koreans are OP. I think Microsoft needs to prioritize a balance patch before such an important event. Like they have I know there's a balance patch coming soon, and I really wish that patch was ready to be released before Red Bull because it was really needed. So like I think disabling mirror with a better game balance, especially at those seals that we knew and things like the Siege Tower, for example, that were such an issue, would make the ladder way better. I think I'm sure you guys as viewers got completely burnt out of watching Korean mirrors, and so did I of playing them. Like I remember one of those nights, I was also like thinking, man, should I even keep playing Korean mirrors? Because at first I was winning a lot of Korean mirrors on Vulpine. I was beating most people I played, right? I was like farming Mr. Yo on it, but then he just turned it around and he started beating my ass, dude. He was farming me, so like I think I ended up banning that map for like a whole day because I just like lost confidence on it. I was thinking like, man, these guys are just getting too good at dropping down towers and like getting map control and just winning, you know? So I ended up banning that map, and I kind of wish I played more than just Koreans there. Because I think it's a really interesting map as well, so... The last couple days of the Red Bull ladder this time around was one of the most fun ladder tournaments of any game I've ever watched. Yeah, I think it was really entertaining as well. Like, I was watching T90's VOD earlier today from the... I think it was the day before the last. Because obviously, while I was playing, I wasn't watching. So I was like catching up to see... to watch like NBL Viper games and stuff. Like whatever was going on, you know? And like I had a really good time watching that back. So... I'm sure watching it live was even better. It was really fun. How is it more entertaining than a normal qualifier? I guess because it extends for two whole weeks of like playing at all times, not just set times, and like I don't know. It's unique compared to other tournaments. Thank you, Rod. Appreciate that, man. I think the whole map control game style does not suit you. It's a weakness. I saw Balls cook you a couple times just with map control and towers. So Balls cooked me a couple times? Did I lose a single game to Balls, dude? This sounds like propaganda. Let me look this shit up. This sounds like absolute propaganda. Opponents. Balls. Bro, I have 80% win rates. 4 out of 5 games won against Balls. What do you mean he cooked me a couple times? Freaking Michael is spreading propaganda, man. I have 80% win rate against her. But I agree, it's not my strength. Like ACCM and Yo, they cooked me on Vulpine with map control and towers. Him and others, yeah, you better rephrase, bro. Any hard feelings against MBL? I have absolutely nothing against MBL, man. I think he did the correct thing. MBL did the most honorable thing he could have done for both of us. He queued for Winchester, and he resigned when he should have. But in his mind, apparently, he was playing for me, you know. Which I respect. I love my Andy, man. I really hope he makes it. I hope MBL or Lewis makes it. Like, they're both in the same bracket, so in an ideal world, one of them makes it. Like, well, in an ideal world, they wouldn't face each other and they would both make it. I think it would be really cool to have both at Red Bull. But I will be happy with just one of them. Do you have more strats cooked like the 8-minute Mongol strats? Not yet. I had like a few things in mind, but not as GG on the spot kind of thing. I think that Mongol strat is unique when it comes to like just GGing somebody on the spot. No one in the world would have blamed you for cursing him. The thing is, when MBL resigned that game, and I realized that it counted, I couldn't be mad. I was sad because, like, keep this in mind, chat. For me, in the last hour, it was so incredibly unlikely to be left out that, in my head, it felt like the stars of the universe aligned to fuck me over, man. Like, you know how you always feel like there's this bias against you when it comes to luck? I felt like I got so incredibly unlucky in that last hour for like that to happen that I just couldn't believe it. I genuinely couldn't believe what had just happened. It didn't feel like real life. You know, I wasn't angry. I was just in disbelief. ¿Qué tal, José Pérez? Gracias, amigo. I hate not feeling responsible. Yeah, like, I mean, I don't know, like there's like random things you do in life that require luck. Like even flipping a coin, you know? You pick heads and it goes tails. Of course, man, lost a 50-50. Of course, why not? So like it felt one of those things. It's like, man, like I just needed a little bit of luck, you know? I'm a sub? Yeah, Suma just gifted you a sub like 10 minutes ago, man. Thank him, bro. He's a beast. So yeah, I was not angry at anybody. I mean, okay, that's not true. I think some things that happened in the last hour could have been handled different by Microsoft. But I could talk about that, but like in reality, it's like whatever, man. I'm gonna. I don't want to contaminate my energy with that kind of talk, you know? It's not that I'm like a positive person or anything like that, but it's just like, it's not worth it at this point. It's over. I got through, I don't care anymore, right? By the way, so what happened here is, and the reason Italians was such a good pick against Winchester, because on the ladder, Winchester, every game he played the same way. He opened archers, did horse collar, and then he would switch into skirmishers if you were on archers, right? So I picked a Civ that could play that game but better, and that's why I went Italians. That's why Italians are such a cool cap, because Italians you never see on this map. There's more thoughts that went into that, but like that's the basics of it. I just felt like Italians, despite being a bit of a not so often seen pick, just matched exactly how I wanted to play against Winchester style, and well, it worked out quite well. I was surprised with how good he was microing, by the way. After game 1 or game 2, I asked him like, dude, are you lagging? Because he's in Asia right now, right? So we were playing on a server where I had 210 ping. And so did he. But he was microing so well, man. Like he was microing his units, like he's playing on LAN ping and no lag. Also, I think he's playing on a laptop because he's traveling, right? So, while for him, the game doesn't lag because he's used to his laptop's performance. The way AoE works is that if your opponent has a bad computer, it lags you. But the thing is that the person with a bad computer doesn't feel the lag because they are always lagging. That's their normal state, right? So like for me, the game was not only ping laggy, 210 ping. It was also FPS laggy, and like it made microing for me really, really hard. I'm not even making excuses here. It's just the truth. And my computer gives me 300 plus hertz. FPS on AoE, right? My monitor is 360 hertz. I think his laptop's probably running at like 60 FPS, if I had to guess. So like my game was being throttled down to his level of computer, and like it just felt bad, you know, it felt laggy. Clicks weren't registering the way they're supposed to. That is not an excuse. I'm just saying like that's how things are. There are certain players in this game that you like. I'm sure other pro players will agree. It feels like Dowd, for example. Dowd also has a bad computer. It feels laggy to play against him. I think Andy also used to have a bad one, but I think nowadays he doesn't. So like, that's something I don't blame on the players, but I hate that the devs can't find a way to fix that. It's probably not even a priority at this point, but... Didn't Dowd upgrade? I thought so as well. I thought he Dowd upgraded, but the other day I was facing him on the ladder and he was laggy. Neely said that you should contact him when the ping is too high. He said that they made some fixes recently to balance the servers more. Ooh. I will ask Neely about it. I wonder like what solution or like what they changed actually. Interesting. Dowd keeps saying he will actually unbox. So he has a new PC and he hasn't unboxed it? Are you serious, man? I don't believe that. Why would anybody do that? Like, I know he did the same thing with the keyboard, but why the PC? The PC is so easy to change. He must have a big impact on the gameplay and alignment to change from a... Bro, like, Larry still plays at home with a 60 Hz monitor. His computer's good, but the monitor's 60 Hz. And he's still, like, somehow good at the game, dude. How is that even possible? Hera used to play on 60 FPS when I went to visit him in Argentina. That was in 2023. On a kitchen chair. He still plays on that chair. Like, I don't know how they do it, man. I can't play on a monitor that's less than 200 Hz nowadays. Like, I'm just used to higher Hertz, you know? RAM is like gold now, it's an investment. That's true, RAM is very expensive. You talked about luck, even Nacho had luck for being matched on that game against among so many players. Great that you won the tiebreaker, thank you, man. Yeah, like, the whole situation in the last hour was unbelievable to me. Probably weakest PC limited due to lockstep peer-to-peer game. Yeah, it has to be something like that. It definitely feels like you get like brought down to the level of your opponent when it comes to computer performance, which is really annoying. But like that's one of the things I hate about AoE currently. When it happens, anyway, it's not something I think about on days where I'm not lagging because of my opponent. But it is pretty annoying. Because for him, it was not lagging, you know? He's having the time of his life, bro. He microed so good this game. The skirmishers, at least. And it's like, man, I felt like I'm just patrolling in my stuff and right-clicking things. Like, I'm not trying to get fancy here. Meanwhile, he's like dancing with 3 different skirmisher groups, dodging mangonels and killing my crossbows. I'm like, man, how the hell is he doing that? What a beast. Outpost rush. It looks like an outpost rush, I guess. I mean, you just always make an... Like, this is actually really smart play, though. Like, not to throw some... Like, it's just outposts, you know? But this is so annoying for him. He can't do anything without me seeing it. These outposts make his game so much harder. He basically can't move out of his base without first clearing this. And these are not easy to clear. Okay, so this is the reason I was saying that I think George, like some people say Georgians was a bad pick, but Georgians are actually really good, bro. You get a rocket car, like what I was saying is, imagine the map control wasn't this one-sided, right? I have 70% of the map. Imagine the map was more like 50-50 or 60-40. So like maybe I control this area, right? And he controls this instead of me also controlling this. Having the siege engineers on the rocket cars is amazing here. Not only does he get to push back everything I have, but he also gets BBC with siege engineers right away to start taking down my castles. And Italians don't get siege engineers, right? So this is actually like this is a cooked up pick by him. This is no improvisation. This is something he practiced and he thinks is good. And I agree. I think it's good. I think I still prefer the Italians overall, almost for sure. But like Georgians are not bad at all. Rocket cards with siege engineers in Castle Age while you're upping just gets you all the map control. And like, this map is literally won by map control. Do you think of contesting or getting the relics? No, because I felt like the relics would never give him enough gold to compete. I just control the goals and I will win. So like, I think I was trying to... Yeah, did I try to get anything? No. I saw sometimes he was making a monastery up here. To get the relics, but it looks like he didn't do that this game. Please tell us how you usually use Italians. Well, Italians right now, the thing about Italians that makes them so good is that they have +1 armor, right? On the archers. So that armor is huge, especially in Feudal Age and Castle Age. So you really want to force it. I think it's really awkward to play against Italians if you're an archer civ. They basically force you into skirmishers. Playing Expo against Expo or Archer against Italians feels bad, because they also have discount on apps, discount on ballistics and chemistry. So pretty hard civ to play archers against. Yeah, you usually want to play towards archers with this civ. Okay, here I kinda started choking a little bit. Like I didn't make, like, I'm making a barrack with only one villager. One of them is walking back for some reason. Economy gets messy fast here. I think they added wood lines, but they also made them, the ones you did have, they made them smaller. So you have to keep making lumber camps. And I was struggling to, like, I didn't have enough APM to like do everything I needed to do. I should be building this with, like, I should bring 8 more villagers and start making barracks here and taking the gold, right? And to buy more upgrades. Like, I just use my gold to get full upgrades on the condo. I think I could have ended this game with like a single push with the condos, right? I just get full upgrades. He hasn't seen them yet. Like, look at this. He doesn't see past the castle. So like, if I just came out of nowhere with 15, 20 condos, the game ends on the spot. Instead, I kept having to run at him with like very few ones, because the siege engineers makes the cannons deal so much more damage to the castle. So like, he was taking it down so fast. I kept feeling like I had to go in and gain time, you know? United said he was expecting a TC in the middle. Yeah, I should have made a town center. Like, this guy should have made a town center. I agree with that. Yeah, I mean, the condos are just doing so much. Even though it wasn't the ideal attack, they're still gaining so much time. Also, these crossbows here were super annoying for him, I'm sure. Look at his build count, right? 96 only. So much idle time. And we were both really like forcing the issue here. We're just trying to get a timing over the other. He knows he wants to force something, right? Because he doesn't have the golds, and he has this siege engineer's timing, so he was trying to do something. Probably didn't think of the condos, and once he saw them, he started adding CA. This was actually a crucial moment. I thought I was throwing away my traps, but now that, after watching back the game, I realized I killed 2 ranges here, and I put him down from 4 ranges to 2, and he pretty much never replenished. See, that 1 range down, and this one will go down as well. This made a huge difference, because now he doesn't have enough production. He's really gonna struggle to produce units from here. If he managed to get much more CA out on the field, like, the condos would do a lot less, right? Did you roid rage in game 1? No, I was very calm, cool, and collected in game 1, man. It was a safe loss, so like, in my mind, it was like, I didn't even play bad. I generally couldn't do anything. I had the wrong safe against this. In retrospective, I should have played Saracens, probably. Have a chance. Hey, I'm just here to ask if you have forgiven MVL yet. Why do people think I'm mad at MVL? I was never mad at MVL, dude. I was never mad at MVL. Guys, it's a competition. People win and lose. Like, I'm never gonna get mad at somebody for going... Like, the only reason I could be mad at MVL is if he went in to fuck me over or something like that, right? Like, then I would be mad, of course. Why would you do that? You know, but like that was not his intention. He went in as a competitor and lost. Like that's fine. Not even a little bit. No, I was not. I was not even a little bit mad at MVL. As I said earlier, I was more thinking. I was more in disbelief of how the whole situation happened in the last hour, rather than being mad at anybody or like anything of the kind. Like I was stressed, I guess, because like I knew I would have to play like potentially two extra last chance qualifiers, right? One against Vinch, and if I lose to him, then I have to play this weekend too. I would have had to play this weekend. So like my mind was more there. It's like, bro, I can't believe I was so close to just being in the most important AoE event in history, top 4, just like that. And now I'm potentially like I can be out and I have to play 2 stressful sets. Potentially 2 stressful sets, you know? Like that's where my mind was at. I wasn't getting mad at anybody. Would you be mad at him if he didn't resign? Like he had to resign. Maybe the correct thing. If you had lost a tiebreaker, maybe you would. No, I'm not like that, dude. I'm not. As I said, I'm a very logical person. I am not gonna get angry. I chose to not play on numbers. Like that's a rational way of thinking about things. MBL lost in a fair way. I cannot get mad at him. It was a fair loss. And then if I lose to Winchester 3 days later, like, why would I get mad for something that happened 3 days before? If I didn't get mad in the moment, why would I get mad after? Yeah, those condos were MVPs. I did not think they would snipe 5 cannons. Once that happened, obviously I knew that the game's over. Killing 5 cannons with like, what was that? Like 6 condos, dude? I didn't think they had that in them. Like, what even is their bonus, dude? That's amazing. 10 bonus against gunpowder, so that's even 10 bonus against BBC, I guess. That's crazy. That's amazing. I didn't think they would do that. I was really surprised with how they were killing the BBC, honestly. I don't even have attack upgrades. If Hearttt should be mad to someone, it would be himself. The thing is, I couldn't be mad at myself either, because I went, like I would have gone out on the logic that I found to be correct, and I still find to be correct even after knowing what happened. What happened in the last hour, I would repeat, I would do it again. Aside from, I would be the one to snipe Winchester, because I think I would be more likely to like have a longer game against them. But like I wouldn't change having not played before that game, that potential Winchester game. It's just what made sense. I was trying to play on numbers, on logic, not on feelings. I think there's like, I don't know, like that whole scenario happening was like a 10% chance of happening, and it happened, you know? But I was playing for the 90%, so I would play for the 90% again. Yeah, I am gonna be mad at chat soon, because you, like, how many times I have to explain that? I mean, maybe it's just new people coming in. All right, that was the Italians game at request of Zoom Out Idiots. ¿Quiénes quisieras que fueran los otros 4 que clasifican a la Red Bull? Lewis OMBL, Viper. I'm saying the guys that I would like to qualify. Let me look at the brackets quickly. Just quick refresh. So like I'm always gonna be leaving somebody out, because at this point I've met players so many times that I really wish like many of them could make it. But it's only 8 players, so somebody has to be left out. So Cito or Viper, I like them both. I think Viper's just better for the game though, historical. So I think the event wouldn't be the same without him. So I would root for him. A really good guy as well. Viper's super chill in real life. Like it's hard to not like the guy, you know. But Cito's also a really nice guy. So I don't know, but I think let's say Viper. Here I would like Winchester, because I think Winchester has gone through the same as me, right? Winchester has been through the same as me in the last week. Now he's finding himself in a game. So I will go for Winchester here. Lewis, MBL, either of them I'm happy with. Lewis has been grinding a lot, so he has that. But MBL helped me practice too. MBL helped me practice. So I don't know. I wouldn't mind either of them making it through. Tato Barls. Now this is, I don't know Barls in person. I know Tato. Tato's a cool guy too. So I would like Mr. Yo to be in this bracket because I really like Mr. Yo. And like in the other brackets, I think I have like a bigger favorite on who I want to qualify. So I kind of want Mr. Yo to be in this bracket and make it through. Nearly said in Hera's chat that Yo will be in Tato's bracket. Really? I guess they did the seedings. But that's assuming everybody signs up. But maybe whether everybody signs in. Whether everybody signs in or not doesn't matter for the highest seeds. Those are almost locked in because they will sign in. ¿Dirías que Tato ha bajado de nivel o es más mejorado, teniendo en cuenta que él ha ganado una Red Bull? Probablemente una combinación de ambas. Creo que lo que le afecta a Tato y Viper es que no juegan tanto juego de alto nivel como el resto, porque no juegan tanto ladder de manera seria. Man, you're such a terrific player. Good to see you preparing well with interesting... Sausage, are you copy-pasting a comment from like an hour ago? Or is it my imagination? I swear I saw something like that. Sausage is just coming out of nowhere after an hour to copy-paste the same message. This guy, bro. What the fuck up, chat? Oh my goodness, man. Propaganda? At least make it believable. Like, what is this propaganda, man? Okay, if you repeat it enough, then it's believable. My god, man. Let's keep talking. Oh, you know what I wanted to do, chat? I kind of wanted to watch T90 made a reaction, not a reaction video. He made a video on his thoughts on the Red Bull ladder. I was thinking, like, since I kind of don't want to play, is there even somebody to play against? Happy Leaves, man. What did you do to my dashboard? It looks clean, though. I like this. Is this new or is my website bugged? I think this is new, right? This is changed. This is updated. Looks nice. New? Okay. I like it. It looks really good. What is this? Filters. Ooh. Oh, this is really cool. Maybe we had this before. I just didn't notice. Oh, I think that was here before. Wait, that's sick. Dude, I swear, we have people working on AoE things for free. And these guys should just be hired to Microsoft. Or to like Microsoft Edge, one way or another. Microsoft Edge? World's Edge. Like, Happy Leaves should be working for them. I don't know if he would want to, but like, I don't know. Like, I feel like he would do a really good job at doing things for them. Yeah, they should pay him, man. Like, this is amazing. What are the plans for Vitality after the Red Bull? So, like, it's no secret that, I think Hera mentioned that Vitality has plans for a team game event. So, Vitality is not gonna replace the role that GL had in the scene. It was never their intention to. Like, we thought GL would stay in the scene. GL leaving the scene was a last-minute change kind of thing. In the ideal world, we would have had Vitality competing against GL. That was gonna be the best-case scenario. But it just didn't work out that way. Vitality is not meant to replace GL. But, you know, GL had NAC, Noble's Apartment Cup, and they also helped with Neely's Apartment Cup. And Vitality is... the plan is to host a team game event. So yeah. So Hera was planning to resign on GL. Yeah, Hera was planning to leave GL. The fact that they decided to quit the scene was like unrelated to Hera leaving. But yeah, the plan, like what we want to do as a team with Vitality is we want to host show matches to revive the team game scene. So for example, we're gonna start, let's say, next week, Team Vitality against LY. Then the week after, Vitality against Onimaru, Vitality against Wonders. Maybe we host show matches that we're not involved in. I don't know if we're gonna do that, but maybe. Who knows? It depends where the support lands, right? Because obviously we're not being given like infinite money to work with or anything. It's supposed to be like a project, like something we work on, and it's gonna require people to support it, the community, right? And the idea is that down the line, after we get we get teams to be active again, as teams, I mean, like every team is active, but I mean like playing together kind of thing. We want to host a team game event. That's the plan. A LAN team game event, by the way. That's the plan. Whether that's gonna happen, maybe something, you know, doesn't work as intended, but like that's the plan. A team game LAN event. Can I join your team? Of course, bro. We also want to have like soon to have merchandise, so we can. I don't know when they're gonna start, but like selling the shirts, the jerseys. So that's gonna be cool. You guys are gonna be able to buy that. I would love to see like some of you guys wearing the shirts from us. You know, with maybe your own name at the back or my name, whatever it might be. It would be. I think it would be really cool. So like we're gonna try to build something. It's definitely what we have planned. Team game show matches with some 1v1 or 2v2. This is so fun to watch. But 3v3 or 4v4, boring and hard to watch. We want to do 3v3s. I don't know. I don't know if we'll do 1v1 and 2v2. It wouldn't fit our purpose. Are you the blonde guy, not really Peruvian? I am this guy, dude. This is me. And I am Peruvian. What if I already own a Lewis jersey? Do you think it's an issue that 3 of the top 8 players or so are in one team? Why would it be? That's always been the case, right? Like, it wasn't an issue when GL had it, so why would it be an issue that we have it? I think it's a non-issue, honestly. It doesn't, like, 1v1 skills don't translate to team games, first of all. And I think team games have a lot of potential. So Hera was planning to leave GL. I mean, guys, Hera was in GL, obviously. At some point he made a decision to leave GL. Like, so of course he was planning to leave GL. Otherwise he wouldn't have left. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean with that question? Would you be down to play some Empire against just random with those maps? I would actually love to, Daniel. I see you queuing. But I think I don't... I would love to, but not today. Like, tomorrow I'm gonna stream most likely, Daniel. If you wanna play, we can do that. But why? Hera made a whole video explaining the GL situation. Yeah, his contract ran out with GL, right? His contract ended on the 31st of December. So, like, he just decided to not renew. Is it known which bracket Joe will be in? Apparently, he's gonna be in the Mr. Joe, in the Tato Barrels bracket. That's what somebody mentioned in the chat earlier. He's baiting subs, chat. Don't fall for it. He quit GL because he was mad at MBL. Maybe. Okay, what I wanted to do... Oh wait, I wasn't showing you guys anything! Wait, was I? Oh. Wait, what happened? What? Why was that stuck there? Why did it zoom in into that? What? Bro, I didn't know. Why was that? Like... I don't understand. Pro streamer? Dude, I don't like. I was supposed to be showing you guys this whole time. I was going through like the rankings and stuff. I don't know at what point you guys got stuck in the AoE screen. Wanna queue some Empire Wars? Bro, you had Daniel right there. I think I actually have to go soon. Hold up, let me check my Discord. Yeah, I have to go in 30 minutes. It's gonna be chilling for now. Not only were we stuck in the AoE menu, but we couldn't even see you. Okay, I mean, what else is there to talk about? Should we watch the T90 video and like just react to what he says, see what he thinks? I haven't watched it yet. Maybe can I do that actually? Would T90 be mad at me if I watch the video? Probably not, right? Ah, where is this? Okay. Hold up. Need to set everything up. Wait, he has 2 videos. One is from 3 days ago, and another one is from 1 hour. Okay. Okay, let's watch the one from 1 day ago. Let's do this. Now, need to make sure you guys can hear it. That works, right? Can I put him on two times speed? Give it a like, of course. Actually, I don't know if I like it yet. Hold that. Better surprise me, T90. 125. I don't have the option, bro. I'm getting blackmailed by freaking YouTube to pay for premium, dude. What is this, man? My goodness, man. How much is that? 27 soles. That's like what? $8? I'm not paying that. He's baiting subs again. Full screen. Guys, I need some subscriptions so I can afford Prime or Nitro, whatever the hell it's called, on my YouTube account. That's true. This ladder was 2 weeks long. Last one was like 2 months.
After you're in the bathroom, can we go smoke a cigarette? I really need one. But first,
Congrats on your qualification, Hearttt. Go ahead and pick up the premium YouTube on me XD.
Yo, PA Golden Boy, thank you for the reason, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, Sumout actually baited us up. Unbelievable, man. He's sucking my viewers dry. I agree. But they were bugged though. I find that part a bit unbelievable, chat. Red Bull, with the amount of resources they have, how did we not get more balanced maps on the game? Like from what I understand, it's not easy for them to update in-game maps because basically how it works is a map that's in the game needs to work for computer users, for Xbox players, for freaking like PlayStation players. Like it's basically this whole thing that they need to get ready, right?
keep on playing Summertime Sadness. After you're in the bathroom, can we go smoke a cigarette? I really need one.
Lecter. I feel sucked dry.
I feel sucked dry.
Me too, man.
I converted 1 monk, I converted back. I convert 1 monk,
I also feel dry. Thanks for the sub, bro. Appreciate that. But yeah, I was saying, like, with all the resources they have, like, they should have pushed months in advance to make sure that the maps are good. We should never be in a position where we have to delete builds to make it fair for the opponent, right? So I really hope that, like, if there's a next time, they make sure, like, they cannot get this wrong again, because this happened the last time too, right? So to me, this was unacceptable. My goodness. That damn laugh. What are people saying in the chat? At Hearttt? That's not even my name on Twitch, bro. Wait, is the comment? Is this chat live with what he's saying? No, it's not, right? This looks like he's just talking over some random game he casted. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is the last game between MBL and Winchester, and people are speculating, saying that I should have queued. I shouldn't have queued. Actually, in retrospect, I want, like now I wish I queued, but I think the mathematically correct thing to do was to not queue, because if I lost, I would be out completely. While if MBL held for 25 minutes or whatever it was, I would be through, right? It made sense. Yeah, it's not a random game. My bad. My high quality. 2K, 2K. We're balling here. I don't have premium, but I have good internet, I think. Looks the same. It's the same, right? It doesn't look different. It's lagging! Okay, I can handle it. Hold up. I don't even need that, bro. My monitor can't handle that much. Better. Mm-hmm. Exactly. What if we had a rogue player in the scene? Like, some player that has no honor code. Like, he will play under the rules, but he's not gonna... There's no sportsmanship. He will take whatever advantage he can get, right? As long as it's within the rules. Imagine we had that. We don't have any top player like that, but we could. Like, then what would happen in things like this? En YouTube no escuchamos nada de lo que dice T90. No puedo arreglar eso. Supongo que tienen que venir a Twitch para ver esa parte. Tendría que reiniciar el stream. Lo siento. I want to watch this fight. What happened here? MBL had 3 scouts. Winchester had 3 as well. Winchester has armor and attack. MBL has nothing. MBL has 4 archers, 2 skirmishers. While Winchester has, I guess this is gonna be 6-7 archers. I guess he has 8, so he has 7 here. Okay, so the issue with this fight for MBL is that the skirmishers actually hurt you here because it makes it harder to micro. First of all, it makes it so you can only target the archers. And 6-7, oh my goodness, man. Somebody ban that guy. So the skirmishers make it so that you can only target his archers. You can't really, I mean, you can technically target his scouts, but you won't do, like, you have skirmishers, so it doesn't make sense to target the scouts. You will do no damage to them with half your, 2 of your units, right? So you have to target the archers. While Winchester, he can just micro the archers, like focus on microing them while hitting scouts to win the fight. I saw Miguel banning some dude earlier for no reason. Just for asking if I was mad at him. That was a stomp fight. When I saw this, I was panicking, man. I was like, oh no, it's happening. Okay, MBL isn't even trying. People calling that GG. I hadn't seen this. This is hilarious. Sorry, more focus on the chat and the game than 2090 saying. On Thames, yeah. What? I didn't get invited. Also, like, Winchester had played this matchup so many times. Winchester had played way mirror. Is his most played matchup on the ladder. Like, NBR was just like, man, he just went in there to die, basically. Winchester plays his matchup really, really well. He knows exactly what he wants to do. I think the counter was to just play defensive archers against him, actually, because he always went archers into scouts with upgrades, even blindly. So like I guess the counter would be to play defensive archers. Do you feel that Fire Dancer should cost food? Either that or less HP or bigger wood / gold cost. More reload time too, maybe. And just buff their... Or they don't get affected by Gambesons would also be a huge change. Even Inca, where he was so good at playing versus me. Yeah. Like that's why I banned his way on Incas in the draft. This happens in most tournaments, by the way. They give you the maps. Like they say, okay, here's the map, guys. Help us test them. But like, and sometimes and afterwards they blame the players for like not helping them test. But like, we're not being paid. We are under stress of other tournaments. Like we're supposed to be testing for a tournament while we are playing other tournament, right? Because we usually what happens is we finish a tournament on a Sunday, and on Monday we start the next tournament. And like we're supposed to not only be playing the tournament and preparing for it, but we're also like supposed to help the next tournaments test their maps for free. In this case, they were asking T90, not a player, but I'm just like ranting about what they usually ask the players, or like what people complain about the player. I've seen people blame the players for not helping test the maps. Like, dude, like that's not even our job, man. Sorry, I just hit you guys. Henchhold was... They changed the board positions today, by the way, on Henchhold. They released a map pack with the new maps. They're, from what I've seen, is at least better, improved. And I think they made it so that there are not 3 boards on Henchhold. Now it's 1 board closer to each. So there's only 2 boards, and each one is closer to the player it supposedly like belongs to. They changed them back because Andy was kind of crying. Wait, are you serious? They put 3 boards back? No way, right? That was such a good change. Oh, I'm reading the Discord now. Why is Andy complaining about that change? That was such a good change. It's like one of the best changes they've made to that map. My god, man. Also, what's up with that? How does Krasini listen to Andy now? Krasini doesn't listen to anybody ever. You can message the guys like messaging a freaking dead account. You won't get a reply in 2 years. And now Andy complains about something that shouldn't be complained about, and he gets changed immediately? What? Whatever. I mean, I think that's a terrible change for the main event, but that's far away, so... Yeah, it's not just about the... Like, the thing is, if you don't have a board for each player, what's happening on that map is sometimes, for example, let's say this is the middle of the map, right? This is the henchhold thing. One player can be here, and then the boards can be here, and then the opponent can be here, right? So you don't have this like weird triangle. So that this guy is very likely to get them, and that's what was happening very often. Yeah, I can show them up. And hold. No, this is still one board for each. Maybe my map pack isn't updated. But yeah, this is what I was saying is good. Like this is what they changed it to, and apparently that got reverted. But they made it so like each player gets one board closer to them, which is fair because now you're both likely to get one board, right? That's wait, zoom out, dude. What? Hold up. Why is that happening? I don't understand. I don't see that. I need to fix this. Game capture. Oh, I see why. Hold up. Okay, now it's good. Relax, we got it. Oh shit, we don't got it. Okay, we got it. God. You wake up one day and your settings are randomly fucked. I know. Okay, so what was I doing? Yeah, we needed zoom out idiot on the case, man. Yeah, anyway, so this is what they changed it to, and this is good. Like, this is very good. Compare that to this. Compare that to this. Henchhold. So, for example, this generation, this guy has two boards for... He's gonna get a 340 foot advantage over the opponent for no reason. Just because he got lucky. Right? Like, why does this happen? This is such bad RNG to be in the game. And this is not even a bad case scenario. This can be way worse. That's just an extra board the guy gets. This time, this guy has the 3 boards closer to him. Actually, Basically, it happens, right? Once again, 2 boards on one side. So, like, that's really bad RNG to have in the game. Because it defines the way the game will go, essentially. So that, yeah. Anyway, let's go back to T90. Wait, now we're still stuck at the... Why? Ah, there we go. Okay. No, those are the only boards you have. There's only 3 boards in that map. 100% synthetical? No. There should be RNG in the game, just not that kind of RNG. Yeah. People losing their shit in the chat because Winchester's dropping 2 down centers. here's my critique to MBL. After this was actually a really good trade because he cleaned out all the skirmishers. He could have gone Hei Wang and Xianbei, and like he can never lose the game in time, you know? Like he would win the game probably. If he just like, I think MBL griefed the game by going for a workshop here, unrelated to the rant by or to the toss of T90. But like once again, I'm getting stuck on the game, dude. Like honestly, Way Mirrors would have been way more entertaining than Korean Mirrors. Way Mirrors, a lot more options. Korean Mirror, pretty boring. Better than Byzantine though. Hmm. Lobby system got abandoned super early. That's not happening, dude. That is not happening. We can't even get the maps to be improved, let alone a better lobby system with bans and picks. T90 is in his prime? Yeah, T90 looks smooth here in this video, no? Something. That's it. I think MBL was still kind of winning here, by the way, because he's gonna get. He still has 3 free wills to claim, basically. He's behind in resources collected, but he's working towards the better army composition. He goes for both these cavalry units. Like basically, just don't make as many CA now and focus mostly on getting like economy running, 30C, and then pay Wangs, right? What's wrong with that, though? Like I understand that can be like if MBL wasn't a man of honor and he wanted to benefit me, he could have played on till the timer's out. But like I think there has to be a cutoff, right? I think it's fine to just cut off at 12. It might like the way I see it is if there wasn't a cutoff at 12, I could have queued at 12 my time. This is what I'm thinking, by the way. It was 12 my time. At 11:59, if I thought this game wasn't looking good, I could have queued and gotten into a game, right? And like knowing how this game would likely end, I go and I queue. And then he can't catch up in case, well, assuming I win anyway. Yeah, but the thing is not mentioned is like if those were the rules, then I have the ability to play different myself in this situation. I can queue at 11:59, get a game, and like, you know, I will still have the fate in my hands, let's say, right? Now, potentially knowing how this game's gonna go. But like, that would actually benefit me in some way, assuming that like I am skillful enough to win my game, right? Because it gives me that, like, while before, by the time I realized how this game would go, I had no time to queue. This game would, like, by the time I realized how this game was gonna end, it was already too late for me to queue and get a game in. But then if you lose the game, then you'll be behind. Yeah, but now I know with certainty what I needed to qualify, right? While here, I didn't know if MBL would last enough for me to qualify or not. Making a cut of 10. Yeah, like what they can do is no more games at 11:45, I guess, and at 12 the ladder finishes. Something like that, perhaps. If we were closer, you would know how long I last. Yeah, clearly not long enough, my friend. MBL always 50 seconds too short, man. I wonder what would have happened. I mean, I know from how other things are being handled is that if this game went 1 second over the deadline, they wouldn't have counted it. Which I think, you know, considering we all knew the rules beforehand, would have been the fair thing. It just wouldn't have been good sportsmanship from MBL. It would have been like frowned upon. So MBL, like, from not only from like a community perspective, but also from like as a player, as a competitor, he did the right thing, right? He played till he had a chance. If I had to go in for MBL, I would win this game, bro. If I was in MBL's position and I was fighting for his spot, I would have clapped Winchester's ass. No homo. And I would have won this game, man. MBL would be in Red Bull dancing naked right now, dude. At the top of Spain Castle. Oh no, of actually the Royal Albert Hall, bro. Singing La Macarena. And then everybody could see how long he would last, exactly. La Macarena, oh my goodness. Look at how fast the chat is moving, bro. This is like cinema to you guys. No, for sure. Like, despite being me who was at stake, I wouldn't have liked for Winchester to like not have the game count towards him, because like he deserves that win, right? He managed to clutch it. As much as it affected my position, I felt like, to me, this was a fair win. He had another fair win in the last hour, another not like to me that wasn't a fair win in the last hour, that should not have counted, that should have been voided. To me, that shouldn't have counted. This one should absolutely count because it was an earned win, you know. Imagine this Hearttt queuing up 5 minutes before the finish because he sees MBL is dying. Just a queue would be cinema. I want to reverse, so let's reverse that 1 point Winchester got. Imagine I got that in the last 5 minutes, under the same circumstances. Now, wouldn't that be drama? Wouldn't have been drama. Like, Winchester got 1 point with 50 minutes before finish. Imagine I got that point, now knowing what the result was. Instead of Winchester, I got that point in the same circumstances that he got it. I don't think anybody would be happy about it. That's why we can't talk about possible scenarios. We can only talk about what happened. Does he talk about the tiebreaker in this one? I think this was recorded before, though. Most players are like 30 plus with children, yeah. We like drama. Does T90 freestyle his videos, or does he have a script for what he wants to talk about? No way he doesn't have a script, right? He's been yapping for like 15 minutes now. I'm sure he prepares a little bit. Feels like it anyway. Either that or he got really good at this. Script on the ceiling? That's why he's always looking up? Oh, I see. Yeah, he is looking at something. You guys are right. I agree. Bracket release on the last day is not good. I don't know why they do it. The whole sign-in shit on the same day you have to play is bullshit, man. Never been good. I don't understand why they keep doing it. Having to sign in on the same day you have to play for the bracket to be released is really bad. Just release the bracket like ASAP. People want to practice, man. People need to practice. We need to know where we are on the side. I feel like that's such an easy thing to improve that would actually make, like, nobody likes doing that. Nobody. Yes, maybe it will mean some people have to give admin wins or like admin losses because they can't show up or whatever. But like, that's better than releasing the bracket on the fly. I guess they're afraid of people getting freaking cock blocked by a Dordnov, like my friend Margu. But like, I don't feel like that would happen to the point it's a worry, you know? Thank you, Danson. Appreciate that. That's so true. To know the brackets builds up hype.
Playing Summertime Sadness. After you're done with the bathroom, can we go smoke
Danson gifted 20 subs! My god, man! Let's celebrate? The hell, it's a party now, bro.
I converted back.
I like how people ask me if I hate NBN and he's literally my sub alert. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate that. My god, man. You guys are too nice sometimes. It's just Red Bull Ladder recap. 1890. Glad to have you back, man. Pat, I agree. Yes. Thank Grigori, my friend. Thank you. Yeah. I am really surprised Red Bull has made this same mistake more than once. It's such a, like, obviously we don't know the reasonings, we haven't heard from them, but like, from at least from as an outside, well, I guess I'm not that much of an outsider, but as a player, I feel like it's so negative, and like the complaints are there, you know, like we don't like that. We want to see, we want to know who we can practice against and know who we match. Like that's part of the preparation. Do you think Winchester has a good chance of going deep in the tournament if he qualifies because of his mostly non-Korean picks? Winchester didn't pick non-Korean. He picked Wei and Incas, and other than that, he just played random, like most other people did. So no, I think, like yeah, he picked these two civs, and then these are just like civs he randomed probably, or he mirrored from the opponent, right? I wouldn't say that's more, like for example, Hera. Yeah, a lot of randoming as well. ACCM played random at first too. Like obviously a lot more Koreans later, but Korean Kitans. Larry's probably, yeah. Larry also, like, I think all the players have about the same, right? Nice seeing your chest hair earlier this week, dude. While I was having the interview with Mem, so this is what happened, okay? Mem asked me for the interview with a webcam, and I told him I will do the interview, but without a webcam. Why? The set was early morning for me. The set started at 10 a.m. You think, as a player, I am waking up at 7 a.m. to do my pre-tournament routine. And like I don't even know if I'm gonna win or not. And I'm gonna make my bet so that some strangers on the internet don't judge me for not having made my bet at 10 a.m. Like, bro, you think that's what I'm worrying about when I'm playing a Red Bull qualified decider? Come on, chat. Like, man, I'm sorry to those people, but you have to be such a fucking loser to even be worrying about that. Why could you see my chest hair? It's summer here. I'm wearing a fucking tank top. I tried to be a decent man, and I put on like a sweater, not a sweater, like a jacket kind of thing to cover myself up a little bit. But I'm in Peru. It's summer. It's fucking hot, man. I'm wearing a tank top. Of course my boobs are out. Okay. Rant over. Sorry. I keep getting one guide, man. Wait, I was looking at something, wasn't I? Yeah, I was looking at six from the players, but like most people play the same amount of random, like random to. Okay, but oh my goodness, bro! Like, looking at this is like so much Korean, holy. Oh wait, I was showing the wrong thing. Ah, whatever. Back to the video. Thank you, Extra Ventures. Sorry. Finish the video. Taking 1 hour, 20-minute video. That was sad. But honestly, this is worse for the other players than for Yo himself. I mean, it's bad for you too. Yeah. You don't want to go up against them. Like, there's a top 8 player that's gonna have to face Mr. Yo now, while before they didn't have to, right? So maybe they could have punished him with like money rather than minus points, because this actually affects the other, like, will affect a bracket. The thing is, they probably made a rule beforehand and then just stuck with it, the punishment. No, the thing is, they didn't make up rules on as they go. I think they had announced it would be 100 points penalty for something like this. So they actually they stuck by the rules, which, like, in some way it's correct, but in other ways it's like, maybe just say there's a punishment and like. But I don't like that either, because I don't like adapting adapting the punishment to what you feel is correct, because then there can always be bias or at least I don't know. Like, I don't know what I want, honestly. I'm sorry. The rule was disqualification. Really, I remember reading somewhere about minus 100 points. Oh, that was a siege tower penalty. You're correct. That wasn't for streaming without delay. Not in recent times, though. Recent times, everybody gets punished. I like that. I like that we're sticking by the rules. People shouldn't get away with it. I just don't know if minus 100 was it. He should have. He knows he fucked up. It's already seeded, Dansong. I'll show you in a second. I think we all feel like the rule was, I mean, not the rule, the punishment was a bit too much, but not because of the punishment itself, but because we know Mr. Yo never had the intention. Like, after hearing the translation of his stream, where when he realized he was getting punished, I think, like, anybody who knows him, like, you can feel genuine sadness and disappointment in himself, in his voice. So, like, I think we're empathizing a lot with Mr. Yo, rather than the fact that they probably should be punishing people who break this rule like that. At least personally, I think that's how I feel, or the reason I feel about it. Like, I feel like he got punished too much. Maybe not so much because I think he shouldn't be punished like that, but because it's Mr. Yo, and I know he didn't have a bad intention. Like, he wasn't like purposely breaking the rules. It's just like a true mess up, you know, like, just forgot. We were pinged. Yeah. It's Mr. Yo's fault. Just sad to see it happen, I guess. Appreciate that, Andy. Thank you, man. Alright, pretty good video. I mean, sums up quite well. I think this is before the tiebreaker. Didn't hear the last part of it there. Do we read comments here in NBL on Hearttt's channel? So much space. Want to catch it? I can't imagine the stress. How somehow NBL became the star of the freaking qualifier. That's crazy. NBL was like the hero, bro. How is NBL always involved in things like this? Was a fan qualifier, but next time could the devs allow players to use a SIF besides Koreans? That would be a dream. I assume the reason the cutoff was when it was, points needed to be recorded, is so that they could screenshot the ladder at exactly the cutoff time. No ambiguity. But yes, there is an... Yeah, I mean, maybe you can make it so that you cannot queue after 11:45, and then at like 12 everything finished. But then I don't know. I really don't mind the way they did it this time, honestly. I know it can create some weird situations, but I feel like every system would have a flaw with it, so I don't really mind what they did. I really want to see NBL in London. He is super unpredictable. Yeah, NBL is unpredictable in good and bad ways. Oh, Mr. Yo makes it to the main event. Yeah, me too. You need to draw. By the way, give it a like. Give it a like. Come on. Do my job, you know, for the community. What are your predictions for the top 4 players to make it through the last chance? I was saying, I think Viper, Winchester. I think Lewis. Like Lewis did very good against NBL in the ladder, but Lewis needs to get through somebody else first. Or let's say Lewis. Tato. And I'm hoping Mr. Yo lands on the first bracket where Tato and Barles is, and Mr. Yo makes it through. I wouldn't mind if Tato makes it through though. I don't really know Barles, so I would like no bias towards him at least. Tato, I know, cool guy, but Mr. Yo, I like really like, you know. Yeah, having Lewis at the event would be nice because he's British. Imagine the home bias. How many slots? There's 4 more players that are gonna get through. Okay. Any interesting comments? Any drama? No. I guess most people are just talking about the deadline. Fair enough. I guess he could have created some potentially avoidable drama. Is there anyone you specifically hope doesn't make it through? NBL, of course, because I hate him. No, I don't. Do I dislike any player in the top community? No, I can't think of somebody I actually dislike. Huang, bro. Huang got me a win in my qualifier. Yeah, I don't think I've ever had like a proper, I don't know, like a bad situation with anybody. There's I guess 1 or 2 that at some point I had misunderstandings with, but like after being cleared up, I'm completely chill. Yeah, no beef. I never had proper beef with anybody. Usually the players I have dislike is not because of what they had with, like, of what happened between them and me. It's between them and other people that I like heard about, and that made me dislike them. But then like I kind of changed my mind eventually, or like, you know, time went past. Do you know anyone dislike anyone? Yeah, of course, people dislike each other. Like, many people dislike each other. It's like I'm not gonna say it's like every other community because that's not true. AoE players do get along with each other way better than in almost every other game. But there's definitely people who don't like each other at the top. It's just that you don't hear about it. I don't think it's unlikely that Sebastian ends up qualifying. It was surprising he didn't manage to end top 8. I was definitely surprised in this qualifier that Sebastian didn't do better. Like the last Red Bull ladder event, he was such a beast. He made top 4 last Red Bull, right? So like it was definitely surprising that he didn't do better. And Lewis was saying he was the one to shut him down in the end. Yeah, Lewis beat him 3 times in a row. He was talking about that. Yapping about that as always. Lewis ended Sebastian's run. So yeah, that was very surprising to not see Sebastian do better because he's such a good player and like it feels like Empire Wars should suit him, just like it did last time, right? But yeah, he is not top 12, so he's gonna be seeded into somebody's bracket. Where is my Wikipedia? I guess I can. AoE2 Wikipedia. Okay. So last chance qualifier. So yeah, so Sebastian will have to go through the whole bracket because he's not top 12. That's crazy how much of a difference it makes between being 13 and 12. That is crazy. Is Vitality going to do a training dojo event? You mean like a bootcamp? Training dojo. I'm hoping we can do a bootcamp. I don't know yet. We'll see, I guess. I'm hoping we can do a bootcamp. It would be nice, of course. But yeah, Sebastian has to go through the whole bracket. But he's definitely gonna be one of the guys. Like you don't want Sebastian to be in your bracket. Here's the better question. Where would I think he would do best? In which bracket do I think he has the best chances of making it through? I think this bracket, actually. If I was Sebastian, I would be praying I end up in this bracket. I think he has like 100% win rate against Tato in tournaments. Against Barles, I don't know how he does. But I think this is his best chance. I wouldn't put him here because Lewis is apparently his father. Here, maybe here. Either the first one or this. Either the Winchester bracket or the Barles bracket. Zoom in? My goodness, man. Well, you guys are always messing with my zoom. So here, either Tato Barles or Lewis and Biel, no. Andy Winchester. No way Winchester will kill it. I mean, I'm putting him here because I think he would match up better against Andy, and then he just has to win the final against Winchester, right? It's not it's not easy, but I think in the other brackets he has a hard semi-final and final. You should stay away from Winchester and Viper. The reason I think this one is because I think he would match up well against Andy, and then, you know, it's like a 50-50 against Winchester in a draft, right? They're both very good. So, isn't that a very good at drafting and turning specific things? It's like I think that comment is like with every other player that also is considered to be very creative, or however you wanna consider it. It feels like it can help them as much as it can backfire on them, right? Some players that like to cook up things, sometimes it makes them look amazing, and it gets you to praise them, right? That's why you think so of them. But sometimes they overcook too, and they end up just like the strategy just look bad when you actually use them in a tournament against somebody who has their own things prepared, right? So it's hard to say if his draft is good. Sometimes he wins because his drafts are good. Other times I think he loses because his drafts weren't good. So it's a double-edged sword. Okay, so then you have Yo. If I was Mr. Yo, where would I place Mr. Yo? I think Mr. Yo wants to be here. We were looking at this earlier, actually. Mr. Yo has really good win rates against Lewis and MBL. So Mr. Yo is probably dreaming of being in this bracket. He would take out both of my dogs. Who are the best drafters in general? I think like Hera always has very solid drafts. It's very hard to outdraft Hera. I think like it's hard to get an advantage over him. Other than that, I don't know. It's hard to say somebody else, really. Yeah, Hera's draft, exactly. It's tailored towards his strengths, exactly. So it's hard to catch him like, oh man, that draft was bad. Tato ya explicó quién va contra quién. Pero aún no seguro, porque si alguien no hace sign-in, podría cambiar. Pero supongo que para los tops que todos entrarán, tal vez sí sea seguro. I think when you're playing super hot, you can beat anyone, and I love to see you win. Hope you win the whole team, man. Appreciate that, bro. Hope so too, man. Hopefully you're right. Did you ever train your drafting skills? No, I just think a lot about the civ. Like I make notepads for tournaments with the civs I want to draft, what I want to ban. So like I never go. I always go prepared for a draft. Basically, I might not seem like it because I talk a lot of shit, but I actually analyze a lot what my opponents do and what I want to do. I never go. If it's an important set, I do not go blind at all. Like I will study my opponent the F out. I will make sure I know what they draft, what civs, what maps, how they play. Like I will study everything I can if it's an important set. And I think that helps me a lot. Hello, Sapiens. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that. Yeah, that Mongol game was epic. We were talking about... You can watch back the VOD. We were talking about the whole build-up to that Mongol game. And how, like, I was a mentally broken man a few days before. And I faced Huang in my last game of the night. And, like, if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have that strategy in my radar. Yeah, the second game was an 8-minute Mongol game. I Huanged him.
It's not even summer. Why does the DJ keep on playing summer?
Yo, Dan Song, how do you do that? What the hell?
Can we go smoke a cigarette? I really need one.
You gifted while chatting. Insane, man.
Oh, I converted one monk, I converted back.
He has like a hotkey or
One
something to
monk,
give
I
subs. It's
converted
insane.
back.
Thank you so much, bro. Appreciate that. Really appreciate the support today. But yeah. Alright, I mean, okay, what else is there to talk about? Yeah, Dowd falling off. Dowd seems to I think Dowd gave up with like 2 days left. He just had a bad day and gave up. I think the misplay Dowd made is, like, I think he was camping on like 1700 elo a bit too early. I think he could have played more. Like, he didn't have to have this loss streak on the day he had it. He could have had this loss streak 3 days earlier. You know? You know what I mean? And then he would have had time to recover. Do you practice with Hera and Larry before? Yeah, for my qualifier against... for the tiebreaker against Winchester, I practiced with Leary, Hera, MBL, and Lewis. They helped me a lot. It was big practice, big practice. I was so prepared for this, dude. How the map changed to that water bridge? You mean on Thames? I think it's a good change. I like it. He streamed. That was the mistake. I mean, the thing is, streaming for Dowd this qualifier is really good, right? As long as he makes top 12, I think it's really good to play to stream his games. Why? Because he's unlikely to get more than top 8, more than top 12, right? Because of skill set, I think he should be aiming top 12. Top 8 would obviously be an achievement, and it's doable, but it's gonna be hard. So I think the best balance for Dowd would have been to stream his games and aim for top 12. Now that's obviously easy to say, and the reason that's better is because like he's streaming, he will be making money. Even if he missed some money from, you know, not having the best placement in the qualifier, he would make up for that by streaming. We all had a lot of viewers during the qualifier, right? With the delay though, you think people were sniping him? I ran into Dowd once, and I got matched on Glacis against him, a map which I had banned. So apparently what happened is, like, when you open your game, multiplayer, click rank, and you click find match, sometimes this would still be loading. And even though I had Glacis banned, since it hadn't finished loading, it matched me in a game before it loaded, and I got matched in a map I had banned. I had to play for the first time ever Glacis against Dowd. And I was really high rated back then. I was like, I was probably like top 2 on the ladder. I won though. But like I was panicking so hard at first when I got matched there. I didn't know what to do, man. I had to improvise everything. Who binge practices? I don't know who Vinch practices, but he's in Onimaru, so I'm guessing Onimaru members. Probably the like Dark as well. I know he has practiced with in the past. They're both Russians, so I'm sure they talk to each other. Yeah, if there's somebody specific, I don't really know. Okay. Anything else to talk about here? I think we're heading towards the end of the stream here. Yeah, Sebastian had a bad run there. Hopefully he can do better now in the last chance qualifier. Mr. Yo, I'm sure Mr. Yo is gonna get to the final. I wouldn't want to be in his bracket, that's for sure. Sorakuma, also very solid player. Let's see how he does. Capochito, Nikov, the Argentinians, also rooting for them. Let's see how far they get. I was watching Capoch. I was watching the VOD of Capoch casting my set against Winchester with Loco Sir. Dude, the last game, they're so funny, man. Capoch is so funny. Hard to not like the guy when you hear him cast. It's so funny. But yeah. Okay, this was one of the most impressive things, chat. Stone Please went up to 1700, and in the last day, he dropped to 1400. Is there anybody in the whole qualifier that had such a high peak and then ended up going down so low? I don't think so. That's like someone. Like, how do you even manage that? That is crazy. Like, that's literally full despair mode. I can't imagine the mentals for him. He played so much too. 448 games. Can I sort this by games? I can. Kasva 550. My god. Huang 460. To be fair, this is fake because his games are so fast, right? Stone Please, MBL, Mr. Yo, Lucho. Slam played a lot, man. Slam played a lot. Lewis and Hearttt. I am here. I think this is like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have the 9th most games played. That is pretty crazy. Like I put in effort for this, man. Glad I made it through. Guys, I hear. All right, chat. I think I'm gonna call it here, though. I'm gonna go chill.
Friendly reminder, guys, to follow the stream if you're enjoying the content. We'd
Of
love
course.
to have new
Friendly
people
reminder
around
to
here,
follow the stream,
especially
boys.
brand new chatters, brand new viewers. And if you want to support me further, do consider subscribing as well.
Hope you guys enjoy my short recap stream. Well, not that short, actually. 3 hours, not that bad. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Probably tomorrow. I guess I will play some games tomorrow if I don't have to help somebody practice. But yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you all for the congrats and the nice words and all the stuff, the gifted subs, the follows. What's a nice time, boys? Hope to see you all next time. Actually, I have a question. I don't know if you saw the TTL matchup, Blue versus Stark. I think he was playing Persians and engaged with normal camels versus plus Canals, which is what well. Then go see it and forget emotion. I did not see that, though. I haven't been watching TTL. So I don't really know what happened there. Alright, chat. See you all next time. Have a nice night. MBL streaming, actually. Yeah, MBL streaming. I'll send you all to MBL. How about that? Raid MBL AUC. See you next time, chat. Bye bye.